And if they come off quick out of the chute, unlike they did against Meade, they can get this team, South Kitsap, possibly playing their kind of ball, and then I think Richland could be in that Tacoma Dome next week.
Of course, South Kitsap located in Port Orchard, which is about a half-hour drive from Tacoma across the Narrows Bridge. Working with us on the sideline microphone today is Eric G. And Eric, you're all bundled up. It is kind of, I don't think the weather's getting warmer. Okay, I got you here, Eric. Hang on one second.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, not a warm day out here, Frank. Very similar to the game last week up in Spokane. The field conditions somewhat better than last week, not near as wet, even though we did have the snow and the rain this past week. But field conditions really good. We're getting ready for the toss here. If you want to write down the officials here for today, your referee is Jerry Heilig from Moses Lake. He's the lone East Sider in today's game. The umpire, Terry Labrie from Bellingham. The line judge is Phil McDonald from Everett, and the linesman is Terry Keister out of Tacoma.
Okay, we'll do the coin toss here real quickly and then go to our first break as the captain's coming out. Josh Sparks for South Kitsap, along with Arnie Otterbeck, their fine defensive end. And also for the Wolves, we have Ryan Lang, an offensive guard out there. And Jerry Heilig, as Eric mentioned, is talking to the captains. We have a good crowd on hand, and it is still coming in. There is some room, actually quite a bit of room over on the visitor side, and there is still some room down to the east end here on the home side, but boy, oh boy, that is just a long trail of people filing in right now, Craig.
Yes, it is going to be well represented, too, on the other side of the mountains. I thought maybe because of the roads and the weather that South Kitsap would not have a good contingent. But I would estimate they got somewhere, 500, 600 people maybe on the other side?
I think so.
And I think they've got other people coming in. I was talking to Ed Fisher, and he said they had 4 chartered buses coming. I have not seen the buses yet, but the townspeople here in the Tri-Cities come out and support Big 9 football, and I know we're going to have a great crowd on the home side here.
Okay, Eric.
All right, Jeff Lighty has the call. He calls heads. You called head?
Medication bracelet up here in the
Fails. South Kitsap.
Defending either goal or deferring your choice to the second half. You want to defer, okay? White will defer.
So Richland's going to get the football first.
Which goal do you want to defend?
And South Kitsap, let's see if what wind there is. They decided to...
all right, if you'll move that way, please.
No, they're going to kick into that slight breeze. So South Kitsap will kick off and defend the east goal. Richland will be receiving, defend the west goal. We'll be back with the starting lineups after this 60-second timeout.
Amoco Rocket Mart to the Tri-Cities is proud to be a sponsor.
190 and a senior, and Craig Connor, 6'1", 265 and a senior, as the Bombers stream out onto the field. The tight end, Eric Simonson, 6'2", 206 and a junior. The split end, Chris Work, W-O-R-K Work, 6 foot, 177 and a senior. Zach Cook is the flanker, 5'11", 169 and a senior. The tailback, Donovan Dashell, 5'9", 185 and a senior. Arnie Otterbeck, 5'10", 230 and a senior is the fullback. And Rob Medeni, 5'11", 166 and a junior is the quarterback. Richland, defensively, looks like this. The tackles will be Nick Steele, 5'11", 215 and a junior. And Josh Johnston, 5'11", 265 and a senior. The end, Steve Chapman, 6 foot, 191 and a senior. Sam Martin, 6'3", 230 and a junior. Inside the middle backers, Jeff Lighty, 6'1", 215 and a senior. The strong side backers, Jaron Mitchell, 5'10", 178 and a junior. And the weak side backers, Brian Fisher, 5'11", 160 and a senior. The corners, David Gonzalez, 5'7", 170 and a sophomore. And Aaron Richardson, 5'10", 175 and a senior. The free safety is Colin May, 5'10", 175 and a junior. And the strong safety is Casey Metz, 6 foot, 180 and a junior. We'll be set with the opening kickoff after the 60-second timeout.
Hi, this is Carol from CJ's Appliance and TV.
90 and a senior. The slot backs are Aaron Richardson, 5'10", 175 and a senior. Josh Gilbert, 6 foot, 165 and a junior. The setback is Casey Metz, 6 foot, 180 and a junior. And the quarterback is Jared Mitchell. He is 6'1", 192 and a senior. Now, Craig, be interesting to watch this kickoff for South Kitsap. They don't like to basically kick it high and deep, huh?
No, I was talking to Coach Olson, and he said they kick quite a few onside kicks at the most bizarre times. And of course, anytime you're successful at the onside, I guess it is usually bizarre. But when they do kick it deep, they like to kick it on the ground, and obviously on this synthetic turf, Frank, that it can roll a long way. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen on that.
Here's the South Kitsap defense. The defensive ends, Arnie Otterbeck, 5'10", 230, and a senior. Justin Daw, 5'10", 205, and a junior. Those are the ends. The tackles, Tim Riley, 5'10", 250, and a junior. Garrett McFarland, 5'11", 229, and a junior. And the outside backers are Raya Martin, 5'9", 180, and a senior. Raya spelled R-I-A-H. Coach Ed Fisher, he says there's a Jaya and a Frya, I think. I said, I hope they don't all three play for you. He said, no, just Raya. The other outside backers, Zach Cook, 5'11", 169, and a senior. The inside backers, Matt Hunter, 6', 190, and a senior. Josh Sparks, 6', 218, and a senior. The corners, Todd Coyer, 5'10", 156, and a senior. And Tim Sams, 5'9", 170, and a junior. And the safety man is Matt Bussman, 6'1", 163, and a senior. And that is if they go with the 4-4 defense, which you say, Craig, they're going to have to make some adjustments on against Richland's passing game.
Well, in talking to Ed Fisher about 20 minutes before the game, he said, I just can't see how we can play our normal defense. So I think he tipped his hand off a little bit there. I'm sure they'll go back to it time to time a little bit, but Richland forces you to play man-on-man a little bit, and they also force you to get those 8 people out of the box. Otherwise, you're not going to cover them. The only way that you're going to be able to be effective with 8 in the box is if you can get to Mitchell before he gets rid of the ball. And I think Richland has demonstrated in the last 4 or 5 weeks, Frank, that Mitchell's not getting to by that defensive line. Their offensive line, which I think hasn't been given enough credit, is doing an outstanding job of protecting it.
They've improved a great deal over the course of the season.
Undoubtedly. Of course, part of it, too, is Mitchell's improvement as quarterback. As I was sharing with you yesterday when we were working on this game, Mitchell did a great job against us by looking opposite of where he's going to throw, and that's very difficult to do on a high school level. So all those things factor into having a successful attack.
Okay, so the South Kitsap Wolves go with the white jerseys, maroon pants, maroon helmets, gold and white piping on the side of the football tog. Will be kicking off, and the Bombers in the green shirts, white numerals, green helmets with Bombers inscripted gold across the side of the helmet. Their playoff football pants, that's the ones they only use during playoffs, are the gold ones, and they have the green piping down the side. And for the Wolves, it'll be Nick Kenyon, a 5'11", 173-pound sophomore, to be doing the kicking off. Gillenberg and Metz are deep, but as Craig Beverland says, look for something perhaps shorter. They're kicking into a little bit of a breeze, and here is the kick. He does kick it long, and it is Metz on the 8, up the middle at the 10, 15, he's at the 20. He fumbled the ball! It's loose. The Bombers got it on the 25. 21. And that was Colin May that recovered the football at Metz fumbled, and Metz has fumbled on kickoffs before, Craig.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, Frank, but I was kind of surprised based on what we were told before the game that they'd kick deep into the wind like that, but Richland got the ball in great position there. I thought they were going to go a little bit farther than they were, but just the way it happens in high school ball sometimes.
They're 1st and 10 on their own 26. And South Kitsap trying to match up. The ball's not yet been marked, ready for play, and now Jerry Heilig marks it. One setback, trips to the right. Jared Mitchell is under his center, Eric Gibby. And takes the snap, and he gives it to Metz, cracking off the left side. Grabbed by Hunter, and knocked down after about a 2 or 3 yard gain out to about the 28-yard line, as Casey Metz slanting off the left side for a couple, testing that strong front line there, Craig.
South Kitsap did change their defense, Frank, and this is the first time all season, and I guess what Ed was saying is correct. Went to an odd man front.
All right. Bombers set to go. 2 men either direction. Running room right. Metz the lone setback behind Jared Mitchell on 2nd and a long 7. Metz breaks it up over the 35. First down to the 39-yard line. Quick dive by Casey Metz, and he got through the line, and he picks up 10 for a first down.
Great call by Mitchell. I'm almost positive that was an audible, Frank. And what they did was they overshifted to the wide side over here, and Mitchell, being a sharp kid and the way he's playing quarterback right now, made the call.
And he checks off, they say, much more than 50% of the time. All right. Motion to the backfield by Gjellenberg. Gives him trips to the wide side. And Mitchell rolling that way to throw. He's on the corner. Sets. Guns. Man there. Caught by Richardson. Eludes a man at the 45. Takes it to midfield. A pickup of 10 more yards and another first down out to the 49-yard line. And the Bombers continue to move the sticks.
That was a nice change-up. They had a sprint out. South Kitsap played zone. Mitchell read it beautifully.
And Richardson with his first catch. He's really come on as a receiver in the second half of the season. Goplin wide to the left, slotted inside him is Richardson. Gjellenberg from the short side goes in motion to the backfield. Metz is the lone setback, gets the call at left guard. Slammed down right on the line of scrimmage. Actually, they did not get a first down. That was second in inches, and they still don't have it. It's going to bring up third down and a yard.
Don't be surprised when you see play action right here. Lonnie's been gambling on some of these downs. This would be a perfect time to do it.
Well, Frank, so far in the early going, Sam Martin matched up with Justin Daw. Offense, defense. Sam Martin's had his way with him, but on that last play, he let him through.
Okay, here's the Bombers on third down and a yard from the right hash with running room left. Gjellenberg in motion, and Mitchell rolling out, going to bootleg it. Now he sets up guns for Gjellenberg, caught it, and down at the 38 of South Kitsap for a first down. Tim Sams was right on him, but Mitchell pinned it right on the money and had to elude a would-be tackler in the backfield.
I tell you what, if that plays any indication of what the rest of the afternoon is going to be like, the Wolves are going to be in trouble. That was a great pass by Mitchell and a great grab, and that was against their best athlete on defense, Frank, that Tim Sams.
And Gjellenberg took a hit, but held on to the ball. First and 10, just inside the Wolves' 39. Slapping the buttocks of his center, Eric Gibby, and Mitchell with a one-step drop. Guns it out in the flat. Gjellenberg got it on the 35, trying to get a block from Knutson. He's going to be mowed down, and a nice defensive play by South Kitsap's Raya Martin after a short gain of about, let's see, we'll get him forward progress, actually about 5 yards to the 34.
Yeah, that was a small hitch out there on the outside, and Mitchell read it. They're playing zone, which is surprising me because they started off man-to-man, but last 4 possessions, I believe South Kitsap has been in zone. I think Mitchell will just pick him apart unless they get some pressure on him.
Second down, ball's on the 34-yard line of SK. No score. First quarter, opening possession. Bombers have had it 3 minutes. Second and 6. Wide side of the field to the left is Mitchell. Gives it straight ahead. Metz finds a little hole. It closes in a hurry as Josh Sparks, the inside backer, met him and knocked him down after a gain of 2, and it's going to bring up third down and 3 to go.
Josh Sparks really laying a hit on the running back that time. In fact, I don't know if they're coached this way, but Sparks, 2 tackles so far in the ball game. He's tackling the football. With Casey Metz already 1 fumble on that kickoff return. Got to hang on that football today.
We've got a equipment problem with one of the Wolves. What do you like on third and about 3 here, Craig?
Well, you always look for Gjellenberg, and if he's in tight right now, you might want to see the middle screen right now. They have this tendency when Gjellenberg's on the right side and he's in the slot to run the middle screen. Again, you got one-on-one at the top of the screen. We'll see what Mitchell. He's got a lot of flexibility to check off.
The top of the radio. Okay. In motion, Gjellenberg. And Mitchell rolling to the wide side to throw. Has time. Guns it. Man there. Caught for a first down by Richardson. Falling to the turf at the 26-yard line.
Mitchell, number 2, Aaron Richardson.
Safe pass there. And Richardson coming open. It's almost like they're giving him that.
Well, as long as they're not giving pressure to the outside, Mitchell's going to be able to sprint out all day. And with their sophisticated pass package, I mean, the Wolves are going to be in trouble if that's how they're going to play that.
Patience of Mitchell shines through again. Boy, he just took a whale of a hit from Sparks after he got rid of that football.
Metz still the lone setback, wide side of the field to the right. Little daylight peeking through the clouds as Richardson goes in motion right. And they give it on a draw to Metz, and he's knocked down on the 25-yard line. Read very well by the linebackers as Sparks and Hunter both, the inside backers, knock him down after a gain of just 1.
I tell you, Frank, I thought that play was going to break there. And if it had, it would have gone a long ways because they were playing man one of the few times they played man on this drive by Richland.
We got officials timeout. Looks like the headphones on the South Kitsap sideline aren't working.
On the sidelines.
So no headphones, as Eric said there. And so what do they usually do when one side has no headphones? They ask the other guys to take them off?
Absolutely. No one can have an unfair advantage, and so everyone's got to take them off. If there's only one working, then the other side can only have one working.
And at Lampson Stadium, how many do you have upstairs?
We have three Kitsap wanted to use their own set, but the state said you could not use your own set. Of course, we've got an adequate pair here. In fact, it's brand new, so I don't know what the problem is.
Well, it's rather interesting watching them work out yesterday, and they are very intimidating. And when 65 guys come out onto the field, and all the coaches have those wireless headsets on.
Yeah, they've used those for 7 years now, and Ed said he was really surprised before the game. He was told that he had to take them off, but I know for a fact Randy Dolvin, who's the game official for this, did talk to the athletic director during the week and told him they would not be able to. Yet today they showed up with them on their heads.
Okay, here's the story. They've got two that work, one that doesn't.
You hate to see this right now, Frank, because Richland's on a roll. You know, it's momentum right now, and you hate to see a lull in the action if you're Richland staff right now.
So as Eric said, they have to take one set off because there's one set that's not working. All right, now the Bombers back to the attack. 2nd and 9 on the South Kitsap 25, no score. The 8-man game earlier, Crescent crushed Tusi 72-14. Twins either direction now for Jared Mitchell. Back he goes, play fake, looks, sets. He had Goplin, goes deep for Richardson, overshot him at the goal line. He threw him a little flag pattern there on an angle was Richardson, and just out of his outstretched arms, and that's the first in 5 passes that Mitchell has missed.
They were playing too deep, and they did exactly what they did against us, Frank, when we played them in the first round. Mitchell looks off that play, then comes back, and that freezes that safety deep, and he can't break to the ball. And it was just out of his hands there. It almost could have been 6 points for the Bombers.
Yeah, Richardson does have a step there as Knutson comes out of the game now. And they're going to go to 2 setbacks. Leidy's in the backfield with Metz. Goplin to the left. Jelmberg and Richardson to the right. Richardson's the slot. 3rd and 9. Rolling right is Mitchell on the corner. Maybe a straight bootleg. No, he guns it. Jelmberg knocked away on a great defensive play. That was Richard Cosper, a 641-pound sophomore.
97,
Matt Million, They have double numbers also. That's what a program they are.
I wouldn't be able to fight him anyhow, Frank, but I'll tell you what, again, it's the sprint out package. South Kitsap is only playing 5 people in the box, hardly any outside pressure, and if I was Richland right now, I'd feel real confident about the game plan that South Kitsap has.
Here's Colin May to try a field goal of 42 yards, maybe out of his range. The snapper is Steve Chapman.
And you remember Colin May missed that extra point last week that could have won the game for Richland in regulation.
Mitchell is the holder. Snap, spot, May, and it's going to be short. No, it's off wide to the left. No good. So South Kitsap will take over at its own 20. Field goal attempt at 42. He had the distance, Greg.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe there might be a fake off that. I thought it was out of May's range, but only the Richland staff knows what their kids are capable of. And I'll tell you what, this is what South Kitsap's known for. You can march the ball on them. They bend, but don't break.
Richland kept the ball for over 4.5 minutes in that opening drive, got nothing out of it. All right, here's the Wolves, and Donovan Dashiell is the tailback. And Manetti, the quarterback, gives it to him on a little counter. He's knocked down right on the line of scrimmage. Just too many green shirts.
And Frank, he almost lost that football. He got that hand up in his chin.
Okay, are you hearing Eric okay there, Craig?
No, I can't hear him at all.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Maybe you need to turn your monitor up a little bit there. Okay, so they picked up nothing. 2nd and 10 at the 20. I formation. And Manetti back, quick one out in the flat, and he's got Montgomery out there over the 20, knocked down on the 25. He was missed by Gonzalez, but Jaron Mitchell, the outside linebacker, got him after a gain of about 5.
Montgomery's the kid that they feel like will be the heir apparent to the tailback that's currently playing. They think he's a big-time speed guy. In fact, we'll see him at tailback at least 10 times a day, according to Ed Fisher.
Gain of nearly 6. It's 3rd down and 4 for South Kitsap now. And Manetti is a toss sweep. Dashiell running, wants to cut it back. Leidy's got him and mows him down with Richardson's help. No gain.
Excellent pursuit by the Bombers. One thing I don't know if South Kitsap has factored in, Richland plays their safeties on the run as well as anybody. And it's almost 9 in the box the way they play their safeties.
So South Kitsap in a punting situation here. As the Bombers drop Metz and Gillenberg back deep. And Mike Aquino, a 5'7", 134-pound junior, is into punt. Waiting for the snap. Scrimmage at the 26-yard line. Snap back, and Aquino gets the kick away. Not a real good kick. It's going to hit in South Kitsap territory. Take a reverse bounce inside the 45, down by the Wolves at the 43-yard line. With 5:22 to go in the first quarter.
When you see a kick like that, Frank, that makes you think, did they have any chances to punt this week at all during their practices with the rain over there in Seattle?
17-yard punt. So here are the Bombers now. And they got Gillenberg in the slot left, Richardson in the slot right, or is the split end right. Knudsen and Goplin, the other two receivers, and Casey Metz is the setback. Just inside the south 43-yard line. Motion to the backfield to the wide side by Gillenberg. Trips that way, and Mitchell rolling that way to throw the blocker in front. Sets gun sideline. Richardson got it. Man, that was thrown hard, and down he goes at the 36-yard line after a gain of 6.
Now, it's obvious now that South Kitsap's not going to change. They're going to keep that 5 in the box. They're going to play zone. They're just going to see if Richland's patient enough to keep throwing 5-yard passes. Those 5-yard passes are going to be there all day, Frank.
They're on the South Kitsap 36, second down 4. They're at the right hash now with running room left. Richardson and Gillenberg both to the wide side left. Metz the setback. He gets it straight ahead. Nothing there. He may have bought a yard to the 35, but not much more. And there was Arnie Otter back there with help also for South Kitsap from Josh Hicks, a 6'2", 170-pound sophomore.
Just outside the South Kitsap 35.
Probably see a sprint out to the left right now, Frank. That's what they did last time when they were faced with this down and distance. Let's see if it happens again.
Last time when Mitchell sprinted out of the pocket coming to the near sideline, he had enough green to maybe get that first down running it last time.
Third down. And about 2.5 yards to go. Running room to the left now. And Lechelt to setback. Through he goes, and he got the first down inside the 32-yard line. Joel Lechelt in for his first carry. Not really known as a power guy, but I've noticed in these playoffs, he's busted a few tackles.
Nice change-up call. I think all of us thought they were going to sprint out and throw the ball.
Crowd booing about the spot. They spotted it back about 2 football lengths, even though they still got the first down.
It's definitely a first down. He got all the way to the 32, had to get to the 32.5. So the Bombers really own the ball. The clock down to 3:48 in the first quarter, no score. South Kitsap had it one time, 3 and out. Trips to the left side. Gillenberg, the lone man, to the short side right. Lechelt is the setback now. First down 10. The Kitsap 26, and hit in the backfield is Lechelt. Boy, oh boy, that was Matt Hunter, the inside linebacker. Now all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Very difficult to run that outside zone play, which they tried to do there. They're best probably running through the A and B gaps. Anything outside of that is going to be real difficult with the kind of defense that South Kitsap's playing on this offense of Richland's.
Second down, 13 yards to go. 3:11 and counting first quarter, no score. State AAA semifinals from Lampson Stadium, Kennewick. Glad you're with us over KONA, Pasco, Kennewick, Richland. Motion to the backfield to the wide side by Gillenberg, gives him trips that direction. And off to the right rolls Mitchell. Plenty of time, guns it sideline, and is caught. Oh, and he got his foot down and bounds Gillenberg. Unbelievable catch at the 18.
Great throw, only place you can put it. And of course, high school football, Frank, you only need one leg in, and it was definitely in.
No question, that foot was down, and you're right. He had double coverage.
Yes, they were playing that double rotated zone there. They got 2 deep safeties, playing everybody underneath. They only have 5 in the box. So, again, I think this is Richland. They can't wait to attack this kind of front.
First down.
Mitchell is 6 of 8 for 55 yards here in the first quarter. 2:53 to go. Clock stopped as Gillenberg went out of bounds. From the right hash mark now. Back goes Mitch. Setting. Has all day. Throws sideline. Caught by Knudsen and drilled out of bounds at the 10. That's good for 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. He's got too much time.
Oh, absolutely. First of all, with what they're doing, you only got a 3-man rush. You only got 2 linebackers, and they're not involved. I mean, Mitchell will have a field day with this if they continue to play this.
So the Bombers now 2nd down and 2 on the South Kitsap 10-yard line. No score. 2:46 and the clock stopped to go in the first quarter. Trips to the wide side left as they're at the right hash. Knutson, the lone man, down at the bottom at the short side. Lechelt's the lone setback, and they give it to him. Bust off the left side at the 10. Joel down to the 5. He's got the first down. It'll be first and goal, Bombers on the 5.
That was a zone play that they ran earlier that they got stuffed on, but what they did, they changed it with a trips formation. That widened the defensive end out, and that created the running lane. Nice call from the coaching staff.
And Lechelt comes out now. Casey Metz comes in with a first and goal on the 5-yard line. And if you're the Bombers, you got to start putting points on the board with some of these possessions, and you're getting a lot of yardage here. All right. Running room right from the left hash mark. Jared under center, takes the snap, gives it to Metz straight ahead, bounces into the end zone. Touchdown, Bombers! He hit one guy, Craig, and then there was just nothing left.
Yeah, I think it was gap blocking, and that happens sometimes in gap blocking. If you got a hard runner like Metz there, you hit it, the guy shrugs off of it and misses a tackle, then there's nothing there.
2:19 to go, try for point. It'll be Colin May out of the hold of Jared Mitchell.
Thank you.
And, of course, Colin missed that one last week up at Meade that sent the game into overtime. A good pass from center. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And we take a 60-second break for the score. Richland 7, South Kitsap nothing.
Bleeding sugar just before competing. Give you a break.
We go, set to kick off here. And it is Colin May to kick off. And the deep man is Zach Cook. It's a high kick, not too deep. Cook forward. He's got it on the 13. Starts up the middle. 15 at the 20. Broke a tackle at the 25. He's over the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. Eric, what's things like on that Richland sideline now?
Oh, it's crazy down here, Frank. The big thing on the field right now is the performance of Richland's offensive line really taking advantage and pushing all over that defensive front, like Craig was saying. Only with a 3-man rush, they're not going to get any pressure on the quarterback today unless they change things around, bring some guys from the outside.
All right, so here come the Wolves. Donovan Dashiell is not at, yeah, he's still at tailback. And the quarterback, Rob Minetti, takes it, gives it Dashiell at left guard. Little hole, squirts through to the 35, and gets a gain of 3 before he's down in 3 or 4 green shirts. Wrap him up there, among them Steve Chapman.
This will be an interesting series, I think, for both teams. The momentum's definitely on Richland's side. It'll be interesting to see if Ed Fisher will change his offense at all or keep it on the ground like he normally does.
Dashiell, 3 carries, 3 yards right now. And they are going to go to 3 wideouts. Dashiell, the lone setback here. 2 men to the wide side right as Minetti is under center. Quick drop, 3-stepper, looks, sets, guns it. It's caught on the run by Work, and he's out in front of the 40, 30, 20. He will score. Chris Work, 65 yards, and South Kitsap is within an extra point of tying this thing up. Was that just a quick slant?
Well, what they did is the inside receiver ran an out, and the outside receiver ran the slant, and there was no free safety. The free safety was playing man-to-man on the tight end, and the reason why is because you assume South Kitsap's a run team. So you got your free safety or strong safety in the box, and that's what Richland had with their free safety. So there was no one to back them up, and it was an easy throw and excellent protection by the offensive line of South Kitsap.
So on to try to add the extra point is Nick Kenyon.
Point number 29, Nick Kenyon.
Tim Sams will hold. Snap, spot, and the kick. He drills it. Did it get through there? It did. Let's take a 60-second break now. 1:29 to go in the first quarter, and the score: Richland 7, South Kitsap 7.
Come on. It's an easier way.
What's that?
During the month of November, Hubby's Pizza is celebrating its
Jacobs and Rhodes and Lennox, 783-3121.
68 yards, 2 plays. Rob Minetti, Chris Work on a 65-yard touchdown pass. And here's the kickoff, a low line drive. Jellenberg fields it on the 10. Starts off to the left. It's a fake reverse. He keeps it. Jellenberg around the 15-20. And he stutter steps to the 25 and taken down at the 26. And that's where the Bombers will go to work.
I thought that was going to break Frank, but it was very well played by that South Kitsap kid on the far sideline. Couldn't get his number, but he got on the other side of the wall. Otherwise, that thing would have gone a long ways.
So the Bombers, with the, they started on the 26 of their first drive, got all the way to the South Kitsap 25, and really time of possession, Bombers really own it right now, with 1:20 to go in the first quarter, but the score is tied 7-7. Trips to the wide side right. Metz is the setback, and Jared with a quick drop throws. Nobody there. I think he wanted either Goplin or Knutson, but they weren't on the same page. It is incomplete.
It was intended to be a hitch, and obviously the receivers didn't hear the call by Mitchell, and it would have been their same defense they've been seeing in the whole first quarter.
7 of 10 through the air, 63 yards for Mitchell so far. Second down 10 on the Richland 26 as Bryce Ray now is in for Richardson. And he is the slot to the right. Goplin and Knutson also on his side. Jonesburg alone on the short side of the field. And Mitchell back. Quick drop. Looks. Then there's the fade to Jonesburg. Caught it over the 40 and down to the 45-yard line. That was quick. The free safety was coming over, but he was just a little late.
Again, it's Mitchell looking him off and then coming back. They've got it down to a science. It was double coverage, and they still completed it.
18 yards. And they say Mitchell throws that fade better than anybody they've ever had because he puts it right on the fingertips. 18 yards on the play. First down on the 44. 7-7 tie. A minute to go. First quarter. Still at the left hash with running room right. Jarrett under center, and he gives the ball away. It's Metz cracking over the 45 to the 47-yard line for 3. It'll bring up second down and 7 as Matt Hunter, the inside linebacker, again made the stop.
Back to that fade play, Frank. Most teams, high school and collegiately, don't want to throw that many fades because percentage-wise, you're talking about a 20-22% type play. But with Richland, it's almost safer than running third and short for him. I mean, it's just a great play for him.
Richland has run the ball 11 times and passed it 11. 22 plays here in the first quarter for the Bombers. Half a minute to go in round 1. And here's Jared. Quick drop, pump side. Jonesburg got it over the 50, 45, and fights his way to the 44. Another Bomber first down. That'll stop the clock with 17 seconds to go in the first.
This is why, like watching a Big Sky game. And I tell you what, Jonesburg will break all his records today if this defense continues for South Kitsap.
Tackled by number 97, Matt Millian.
Okay.
27.
I don't see Aaron Richardson anywhere on the sideline here. I don't know if he was injured on that last game.
Well, they use Bryce Ray for him quite a bit, but you're right. I don't see him either.
And we do have a little bit of rain falling now.
Okay.
He's down.
Okay, he is down there, Eric. All right, trips to the left, and we got the whistle, and time runs out before they get the play off. The end of the first quarter, a 60-second break. It's Richland 7, South Kitsap 7. It's a dot. Struck quickly in its last possession. First and 10 Bombers on the SK 44. Trips to the wide side left, and they got a tight end. And here's Metz sweeping left, trying to get outside. Broke a tackle 40, down to the 38 for 6 yards. Boy, oh boy, that's a running game they didn't have earlier in the season, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was an outside zone play. They tried to run it before when they were in the double slot, but when they run it towards the trip side like they have 2 times now, it's a much more effective play.
Ball spotted just inside the
second down and a long 3.
yard line.
And we just underway in the second quarter, 7-7. And as Eric mentioned a moment ago, there's a little rain falling. Is that right, Eric?
Yeah, just a little spit going on here.
Okay, trips to the wide side right. Short side left is Bryce Ray, and the setback is Casey Metz. And Mitch back. Here they come. He got it away. Complete to Race. Tries to spin away. Fights his way inside the 30. Has the first down to the 28. And I tell you, this is like shooting ducks on the pond, Coach.
Well, I tell you what, that might have been the most impressive play I've seen so far, and I'll tell you why from a coach's standpoint. They played zone on everybody, and then they had the isolated receiver over here. Mitchell saw it was one-on-one with no underneath help, checked off to the hitch pattern. Outstanding mental play by Mitchell.
Mitchell's got to feel like he's on vacation today. No pressure at all at the middle.
They brought some extra people that time, but they never got there. Trips to the wide side right. They're at the left hash. First and 10 on the South Kitsap 27.5. Mitchell back, sets. Down the middle it goes. Goplin off his fingertips at the 5-yard line. I didn't notice that time if they lined Goplin up in the slaughter as a tight end. They do line him up as tight end once in a while.
Yeah, it was a play where I felt like he should have had it. Of course, it's easy from up here, but what he did was run with his arms outstretched. When you run with your arms outstretched as a receiver, slows you down, makes it more difficult to catch the ball. What most coaches stress to receivers is burst to the ball, and at the last instant, stretch your arms out.
Second down on the 27.5-yard line. Mitchell's thrown for 100 yards in the game already. Trips wide side right. Goplin lone down to the short side left. Metz the setback now. And he's going to get the call on a sweep right since open. 30, 25, 20. And he's knocked down on the 16, but there goes a big marker. And the Bombers could get hit with a hold here.
10 on the play. There is a penalty.
I think Eric Gibby's going to get called for the grab of a jersey here, Frank.
Okay.
It was actually Lechelt in the backfield that time. Lechelt wasn't in the backfield that much last week, but good enough to score a 48-yard touchdown against me.
And I think he had a net of 45 on the day.
He did. You know, Jared Mitchell in this game, comparing it with last week against Meade. Meade, the defensive front for Meade, just huge and tall. And Mitchell at 6'1", I think he's taller than the whole defensive front for South Kitsap.
They don't have a 6-footer on that defensive line, do they, Craig?
Well, no, except I see a guy now in there, and he looks definitely over 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he's a JV guy that's been coming on. I don't know. But
that is 6'5" Nick Lamalu, 259-pound junior.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind having him. I wonder what his dad does for a living.
Takes the ball back to the 37-yard line where it's going to be second down at 20. That, by the way, is the first penalty of the game. Bryce Ray goes to the right. Jelmberg, Knudsen, and Goplin all to the wide side left. And Joe Lechelt is still the setback. Quick drop. Mitch, fade for Ray, and it's behind him, out of bounds, incomplete at the 20-yard line.
Well, very similar situation 2 plays ago. On the wide side of the field here, they're playing zone. On the back side, they're playing man-to-man. I thought maybe they'd throw the hitch again, but he thought he had the fade. They gave the signal, and they went with it. Just missed.
Here comes Richardson back into the game for Bryce Ray. 10:31 to go in the half. Richland 7, South Kitsap 7. Again, Richland has pretty much owned the football here in the first half. But they're third and long now. At the 32, excuse me, not the 37, but the 32. And it's 3rd and 15. And Mitchell back, play fake, setting up, holds it on his hip, rolls right, looking, guns it sideline, and it's knocked away and nearly intercepted over there, as that was Matt Million, who again made a nice play for South Kitsap, and it brings up 4th down.
Outstanding play fake. I think they had a lot of people fooled, including the Wolves, but they're playing that soft zone, so it's tough to attack deep. You need to attack underneath.
And Richland, looks like they're going to send on the... No, Colin May's coming out there. The punter is Lighty, though, and he's also out there. The ball's on the 32-yard line, and they are going into a punt formation with Jeff Lighty trying to pin him deeper than the 32 without getting it into the end zone. And there's no safety back for South Kitsap. Good pass from center, and Lighty pooches it off to the left at an angle. It's going to go out of bounds around the 20-yard line. It wasn't a real good angle. They're going to give him to the 17. So that punt of 15 yards coming with 10:18 to go in the half, still 7-7, and the Wolves get it back. They got to feel pretty good, Craig. They haven't had the ball, and they're tied.
This is Ed Fisher's style. Bend, but don't break. However, I'd be real nervous if I was a South Kitsap fan still, the way they're playing the passing game of Richland, but it worked on that series.
So the Wolves come out of the huddle, 1st and 10 on their own 17. And their offense ought to be well rested. They got Montgomery as the tailback, and he gets the call straight ahead, and he broke a couple tackles, got 6 to the 22 before Jared Mitchell wraps him up around the ankles.
Tailback trap, which is unusual, because a tailback trap takes a little bit longer than a fullback trap.
Tackled by number 7, Jared Mitchell.
Out to the 21-yard line.
21. Just about 5.
So it's a gain of 4 on the play. Second down and a short 6. And now they got the power I formation. And they give the ball to Montgomery again straight ahead, and there's nothing there. He did get a yard, maybe 2, but on the bottom of the pile, who else? Jeff Lighty. And also there was Sam Martin.
Tackled by number 35, Jeff Lighty, and number...
So 3rd down. The ball's now on the 23 after a gain of 2, and they got 4 yards to go.
Richland defensive line at that time, Frank, did a better job getting down underneath the shoulder pads of the offensive line. On that first down play, they were back on roller skates that got up too high.
Here's Manetti to pass, and he throws, and he's got his man work for a first down at the 28-yard line. Covered by Colin May there.
Pass rule complete to number 9.
That play opened up because Richland stunted both their outside linebackers. And, of course, that left no underneath help there. And they just had a very simple pass play called there. And, of course, it was very effective for what they needed.
And he has not missed. Manetti is 3 for 3 for 76 yards and a touchdown. All right, set to go, I formation. It is a play fake. Manetti rolling. It's wide open on the corner. If he wants to run, he will. 30. And after him is Jaron Mitchell, and knocks him out of bounds up near a first down at the 37-yard line. He'll get 9. It'll bring up 2nd and 1.
Excellent first down call. They've been running, I believe, every first down. Then on this one, they do the play action. They got the boot. Tight end was wide open, but Manetti saw that he had no outside pressure. Most coaches coach a quarterback. If there's no pressure from the outside, run with the ball, and that's what the kid did.
2nd down and a yard to go on the south 37-yard line. Score tied 7-7, 8:44. And the clock stopped here in the second quarter as he went out of bounds. I formation. And it is Deschel in there, and he cracks for a nice first gain on first down to the 45-yard line. Excuse me, that was a second down play, and he got the first down to the 45 on a gain of 8.
Momentum has shifted just a little bit, and still no problem for the Bombers. Just stay in there, doing fine.
There are some seats still available here at the stadium. However, they don't appear to be on the home side. So we'll approach 7,000 people here today, close to that. I formation on 1st and 10 at the 45. Play fake. Manetti rolling wide right. It was open for a moment. Fisher closing. Deep pass downfield for work. Caught it and down at the 18. He got behind Gonzalez there, who thought he could bat the ball away, but the pass was thrown perfectly.
Well, he had him well covered. It was just one of those things. The interesting thing on that play was that the tight end didn't drag across. I'll bet anything he forgot to do so.
All the way to the Richland 17-yard line. That's 38 yards on the completion.
That's twice, Frank, now that they've run that play action on first down.
Okay, set to go on the Richland 17-yard line. South Kitsap threatening to take the lead. Deschel in there at tailback out of the I formation with running room left. He gets the call straight ahead, finds a little hole, got tripped up. I think Lighty got a hand around his ankle, knocked him down at the 15-yard line after a gain of 2.
And Josh Johnston is down on the turf.
Johnston is down on the turf, face down.
He was on the bottom of that stack on the right side of the defensive front there. Well, Frank, you were talking about Dashiell and his ability to get out of tackles in the backfield. That time he couldn't quite escape the trip of Jeff Lighty underneath.
Tara Garrett, the Bomber trainer, has...
with Josh Johnson.
We'll get a check on him in a minute and see how things are going. As it's 2nd and 8 for South Kitsap on the Richland 15. Game tied at 7. Dashiell, the tailback, gets the call. It's open. Hits down to about the 11 as the Bombers closed in a hurry. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and still about 4 yards to go for Richland.
Tackle by number 58, Steve Chapman, and number...
Actually, they only give him the 12-yard line. Boy, that closed in a hurry. He only got 3 there. It looked like he had a lot of running room.
Could you see who they put in for Johnston?
Yeah, it was Dwayne Anderson.
Okay.
Well spotted at about the 14-yard line.
It's Steele and Anderson, and Martin and Chapman are the ends. So 3rd down, 4 to go on the Richland 12. It is a play fake. Manetti rolling right, looking, throws end zone work, touchdown. He broke away from Gonzalez again by just a step, and an excellent play fake by Manetti.
Well, it's the kind of play that, as a defensive coach, you kind of get upset with, because 3rd and long, you shouldn't be fooled by play action. You should be expecting the pass play a little bit. And it's a play they've run 2 or 3 times down over there, but I think maybe Gonzalez
takes the lead 13-7. And here on to try and add the extra point is Nick Kenyon out of the hold of Tim Sams. Waits for the snap. Good snap. Ball's on the tee, and the kick is up, and the kick is no good. He missed it wide to the right, and we'll take a 60-second break with the score. South Kitsap 13, Richland 7.
You are what you eat.
I am?
Yes, you are.
And you're not a taco, my friend.
Here we go. We'll get to Josh Johnson, report on him right after the kickoff as Kenyon comes forward and kicks it off, and it's going to be Casey Metz on the 10, and they're going to run the reverse, fakes it, running across the field at the 15, got a pretty good block, 20, 25, 30, broke a couple tackles at the 40, and driven out of bounds by Sams up near the 45. Oh, that was well set up, Craig.
Beautiful, just like they did last time, except this time the South Kitsap kid didn't get it on the other side of the wall. Beautifully run.
Put it on the 43. Let's go to Eric. What's the report?
Injury report on Josh Johnson. Had somebody roll on top of his ankle, rolled it over on the bottom of that stack. He will probably come back. They're going to tape it back up, maybe put an air cast on it, but he will be back.
Okay. 1st and 10 for the Bombers on their 43 now, trailing for the first time at 13-7. Goplet in motion to the backfield to the wide side, and Mitchell rolling that way. That's the left to the blocker in front. Has his man there wide open. Ray dropped the ball at the 50-yard line. Pass was thrown a little high, and I tell you, he was sitting there for a good 2 or 3 seconds.
Well, those are the hardest passes to catch when you're wide open and there's no one around you. Again, nice attack by the Richland coaching staff. Pass was there. You can run that play literally almost every play, and I think South Kitsap's going to play it the same way every time.
Mitchell was on the sideline for the longest time all game long so far. Maybe his hand got a little cold and couldn't quite get the grasp on that throw.
Was a little high, but it was catchable. Here's Ray to the right and trips to the left side. Jellenberg is the tightest in the slot to the left. And Lechelt is the running back now as Jared takes the snap. Quick drop, looks left, sprints out to the right, being pursued. Look out, they got him, he's sacked. Josh Sparks along with Brian Wynn, who normally plays in the offensive line in there, and they sacked him back at the 35 for an 8-yard loss.
Well, I hope that's not a sign of the times to come here for the Bombers. That, I believe, was the first blitz we've seen, isn't it, Frank?
They had one earlier, but that was picked up. So it's third down and 18 yards to go on the 35-yard line. Twins either direction now for Jared Mitchell. Only a 3-down lineman set, and they play fake it. Mitchell steps up in the pocket, sets, guns downfield for Jellenberg, caught it, and down on a diving catch at the South 27. Did you? I'll tell you, Mitchell just threw an absolute dart. Nobody would have got it but Jellenberg, and I didn't think there was any way he could get that.
Athleticism on both ends. Outstanding play. Mitchell flushed from the pocket, throwing it on the run, threw a beautiful strike to Jellenberg. Very difficult pass to catch. Just outstanding athletic play on both kids' part.
That goes for 37 yards.
And Jellenberg actually caught that ball twice. He caught it, let it go, then caught it again.
He's got 6 catches for 98, Eric. Twins either direction now, 1st and 10 on the Kitsap 28, and here is the fumble! And it's South Kitsap, I think, got it in the 26. Lechelt never got the handoff.
Sparks has it.
Josh Sparks, it does appear. There's 2 guys there, but South Kitsap says they have it. And indeed they do.
Number 5, South Kitsap.
The second Richland fumble, the first one they've coughed up, and it comes with 5:47 to go in the half.
That's a tough break for the Bombers, and here you got some momentum going for you again. You're going into the red zone area. Just a simple handoff, and it wasn't there.
1st and 10 for the Wolves now on their own 27-yard line, leading 13-7. Wide receivers either direction, and the setback is Dashell, and he gets it sweeping the left side. Marker down. What a tackle by Casey Metz after a yard gain or no gain at all.
Looks like it's definitely holding on South Kitsap at this point. By the way, it's very difficult to run that counter with the safeties for Richland, because once they read the tight end blocking down, then the safety comes roaring, and there's no one to block him, Frank. So we knew, and I think South Kitsap will find out, very difficult to run the counter play against Richland because they're safeties.
Well, you hate to see that nullified in a sense, but Richland's probably got to take this penalty to make it 1st and 20 as opposed to 2nd and 10. No, it's clipping, so that's 15 instead of 10. Right. It'll actually be half the distance, which will take it back to about the 13, 14-yard line.
very unusual to have a clipping call called in the interior part of the line because
it's a free clip zone.
Exactly. You have a free clipping zone from 3 yards outside from tackle to tackle, and that includes depth and width both ways. So really surprising call.
If you leave the stadium, you must buy a ticket to return.
Actually, they called a clip on Otterback out of the backfield.
Huh. And, of course, he was the fullback.
For the game following this game as well.
So they'll take it back to the 14-yard line, so it'll be first down and 23 yards to go, and the clock shows 5:41 to go in the half, and the Wolves are leading 13-7.
This is a non-smoking facility.
First penalty against South Kitsap
in the stadium.
in the game. Each team with just one penalty. Been very clean game from that standpoint. One setback, it is Montgomery, and he gets it, and he's hitting his own backfield by Steve Chapman, that quick defensive end for the Bombers, and he knocks him down after about a yard, no gain.
Well, they tried to run the counterplay again, this time out of the one-back set, try to get the safeties out of there, but it didn't matter with Chapman's quickness. He got in there before they could fold back on him.
Beautiful job by Chapman that time. They pulled the guard and the tackle from the left side coming over. He got low, got underneath the guard, got underneath the tackle, just created the pile and made the stop.
South Kitsap 31 yards rushing and 10 carries, but they've thrown for 126 and 2 touchdowns. Manetti under center, and he play fakes, rolls out to the left side. Lighty is after him, throws on the run upfield. That ball is knocked away by Metzen, incomplete. He was trying to hit his tight end Simonson, I believe it was. No, Steve Middendorf.
Middendorf is incomplete.
Same play they've been running, Frank. The difference this time, though, was that Lighty stunted. Of course, he created pressure on the quarterback, so he didn't have as much time as he had earlier.
And that's the first incompletion he's thrown in the game. For a kid that's not supposed to throw that much, he's throwing very effectively today. And, of course, that great running game helps set a lot of that up. So they're going to change some personnel here on third down. Still about 23 yards to go.
Wonder if we'll have a delay of the game. This took a lot of time.
Quick count. Manetti back. Has some time. Here they come. They're after him. Missed by Chapman. He's looking. Throws it upfield. Oh, it's nearly intercepted. Knocked away and out of bounds by Jeff Lighty. Oh, boy, they were lucky that wasn't picked off. Brings up a fourth down in a punting situation.
Very well played by the Bombers, Frank. And I think the other thing about the quarterback here, good quarterback play is not always making plays as far as completing passes, knowing when to throw the ball away. That was excellent by the South Kitsap kid. Knew he didn't have anybody there, so he threw it out of bounds and didn't take the big loss.
And they could have had a penalty called on that easily. Doug Wycombe came into the backfield. He was absolutely tackled on his way to the quarterback.
Yeah, I saw Wycombe running free in there, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared. Okay, in punt formation is Mike Aquino. And Metz and Gillenberg back on their own at the South 45, floating kick. And on the run, Gillenberg has it at the 40. He's tackled immediately. There goes a marker for a face mask. Did he get the mask or just the helmet, though? Maybe he did get the mask. I wasn't...
Hey, we're on the home side. It was the face mask.
Appears to be a face mask early on the wall.
So the punt from the 14 to the 45 for 31 yards. But then the penalty after the return was to the 42. Is going to take it down to the 27. There is no 5, 10, 15 in high school ball. All face masks are 15 yards.
I think if Jerry Heilig had a question there, he had about 4,000 people help him out on that call.
Well, this is where the Bombers need to put it in. They put it in, they kick the extra point, going at halftime 14-13. I tell you what, that'd be a big momentum maker for them.
15-yard penalty.
Well, you can't get much better field position than this. 1st and 10 on the South Kitsap 28-yard line. So after all that, South Kitsap netted 1 yard on the punt.
Well, the play they can't stop is the sprint out. So let's see what happens here, Frank, to the wide side.
And the wide side is to Mitchell's right now. The setback is Metz. And it's a give. Straight ahead to Metz, and he finds a little hole to the 25. Closed in a hurry as Josh Sparks, the inside linebacker. He's a good one, closed in a hurry.
Yeah, that's the sign of a good linebacker there, where you see that hole opening up, and all of a sudden the guy's on his back. Outstanding acceleration from his linebacking position.
2nd and 7 at the 25.
25-yard line.
If anything, it seems to be getting a little brighter here at Lampson Stadium. The lights are on. Wide side to the right at the left hash mark, and here's a give again to Metz. This time he's hitting his own backfield, and he's knocked down, and he'll lose a yard or two. So he's going to bring up third down now. Surprised the Bombers didn't pass on these first 2 downs?
Well, I'm not on the first down, but the second down I am. But hey, I'll tell you what, they've been hot with their play calling. You can't always be 100%, especially with us up here. But I really thought they would sprint out at least in the first 2 downs here. I bet we'll see 2 more downs here. I doubt if we'll see a field goal, Frank.
Third down and a long 8, right in the center of the field. Clock is running with 3:42 to go in the half. Gjellenberg in motion to the right side, trips that way. Mitchell rolling to the right side, setting up time, guns at sideline. It is caught near a first down. Did he get the spot? He did. And that was Richardson again.
Number 2, Eric Richardson.
And he gets a first down just inside the 18-yard line.
Well, that's the play we've seen the whole half. They can do that literally almost every play. I know as a coach it calls offensive plays all. When you get a play like that, you're almost reluctant sometimes because it's been so easy and you keep thinking they're going to do something different, but they're not.
4 catches for 30 yards for Richardson, and Bryce Ray comes in to replace him. All right, they're at the 18, first down. They better get out and get it called here quickly. Trips to the wide side. That's the left this time. Up top to the right is Bryce Ray. Mitch under center. And back, quick drop over the middle. Ray right through his fingertips and incomplete. Little slant. Ball was right there.
Every time they get trips to one side and they have the other receiver by himself, if they see one-on-one, Mitchell's audibleized. That was an audible there. Excellent call. Excellent throw. Should have been completed.
Notice Josh Johnston standing on the sideline here. I don't know. He's certainly not sitting down. I don't know if he's ready to go in, but he's not in as of yet. 2nd and 10. And Richardson comes back in, Ray comes out, and Metz comes out, and Lechelt is the setback. 2nd and 10 on the South Kitsap 18-yard line. 3:01 to go in the half. 13-7 Wolves. Calling the play, Mitchell trips to the left side, and he gives the ball away. It's Lechelt to the 15, the 10. He's fighting his way down to the 5 and to the 4-yard line, and a first down. A little deceptive. Was it kind of that zone sweep again?
That was an outside zone play, and I think it's just a you-me type check thing. He's got a pass play, I would assume, along with the run. If he sees him walked off, which they did on that wide side, then run the ball. There's nobody there. And excellent blocking by the offensive line.
So you think he checked into that one also?
I'm sure he did.
I'll tell you.
And Frank, good pressure, good push up front by the offensive line. That would have been about a 7-yard gain, but Aaron Richardson blocking downfield to get him that much more.
The receivers do block well. Chuck Bender, the wide receivers coach. Lighty is the lone setback now. And they do go with the tight end. Lighty, right side. He's going to take it close. Is he in? No signal yet.
He leaned across the goal line.
Nope, they're not giving it to him. 2nd and goal inside the 1.
He's laying in the end zone. I don't know what they saw, Frank. I don't blame the crowd.
He had that ball cradled right between the 3 and the 5 and was laying across the goal line, but no call.
All right, it's 2nd down and goal. 6 inches away from the South Kitsap goal line. The clock just ticked under 2 minutes to go in the first half. South leads 13-7. Lighty again the lone setback. Let's see if Mitch keeps it himself. Takes the snap. It is Lighty. Touchdown! The Bombers have tied the game 13-13 with 1:45 to go. Is this a great game, Craig? Or what?
This is fun, Frank. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a lot more fun when they kick this extra point here and the Bombers go up 14-13.
Well, as we said, both placement kickers for either side have had adventures in this department. And Colin May, out of the hold of Jared Mitchell, will try and put the Bombers back on top. The lines are set. Snap, good one, spot on the tee, and the kick is up, and it is good. And we take a 60-second break. 1:45 to go in the half, and the score now. Bombers 14, South Kitsap 13.
Last a quiet evening at home. Perfect for catching a movie on cable.
Sounds great. Let's see if there's a musical on tonight.
Well, I was thinking more along the...
28 yards, 7 plays. Lighty over from a yard out, 14-13 Bombers. Stay tuned at halftime. Curtis coach Bob Lucy will be our guest. Of course, the winner of this game plays his Vikings next week for the championship. May kicks it high, not too deep, and Montgomery forward has it on the 19. He's up over the 20, 25. He's at the 30, and from behind they get him out near the 38-yard line. Jaron Mitchell on the tackle as Elkanah Montgomery took it to the 39. So South Kitsap with 1:39 to go, Craig, and all their timeouts.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the Richland staff was hoping that they would kick it a lot deeper and have better field position so they could call the timeouts.
And they go to a no-back attack, but Montgomery discovers he wasn't supposed to run off the field. There is a one-back in there, and he is it. So he comes back on the field. And quick drop by Manetti. Here's pressure, and he's hit as he's thrown marker down. That one is going to be intercepted by Godot. He dropped it. But I'll tell you, he had absolutely perfect position. He had Tim Sams pinned to the sideline, and now let's take a look at the penalty marker.
I think we should have illegal procedure against the offense there, Frank.
But wouldn't that be a dead ball call? That there was. Jerry Heilig is not giving us a preliminary signal yet. And he's still discussing things with his crew out there.
I think they thought there were 12. But there weren't.
Okay, they're going to wave it off.
Right. Interesting that Dashiell's not in the game. I wonder if his hamstring's acting up more than we were told before the game.
Even the games he played this year, he was in and out throughout the game with that problem. Manetti now 5 of 8 through the air, and he's missed his last 3. 2nd and 10 for South Kitsap on their own 39. Richland leading 14-13. 1:32 to go in the half. 3 wide receivers, they're in the shotgun. And Manetti back. Has his tight open, and he throws it to him, and he's caught it for a first down at the 50-yard line, and Metz drilled him there. 11 yards in the first down, stops the clock with 1:26 to go.
Just a slant play by the tight end. Outside receiver ran a slant in. Tight end went out. Nice throw by the quarterback.
So Simonson making the catch for an 11-yard gain. Clock running with 1:21 to go. I formation. And they give it to Montgomery sweeping the left side. Oh, he is hit hard by Metz and knocked down on the line of scrimmage. He took him head on at the 50-yard line.
That's what we were talking about earlier, Frank, that the South Kitsap team is not taking into account the safeties. When the safety see the tight end block down, that safety, Metz, comes roaring. And, of course, you saw the result right there. That might have been the best tackle of the day.
Okay, South Kitsap takes a timeout with 1:08 to go in the half. We'll take a 30-second break with a score. Richland 14, South Kitsap 13. The end zone for another 1:08. And Richland, known for passing situations, sending a lot of people. What do you think they're going to do, Craig?
Well, I think you just play your normal defense. South Kitsap does not have a sophisticated passing attack. I wouldn't do anything out of the ordinary. Gonzalez, you might want to give him a little help over here with the free safety cheating to the wide side. David is considered one of the better athletes in the secondary. But
they're
now they're not doing it.
Nope,
so
they're not.
Wide open on the slant play right now.
Gonzalez is alone, back to pass, and as it's an out pattern, it's intercepted by Gonzalez at the 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. David Gonzalez did it. Touchdown, Bombers! Oh, I think he's got his confidence back, Coach.
Well, that's a great play by a sophomore, and we were talking about it during the break that because of how they were picking on him, if his confidence was down at all. And, hey, what a great setback comeback play by David Gonzalez.
With 58 seconds to go on the half, David Gonzalez interception goes 50 yards for a Richland touchdown, and it is 20-13. Here's Colin May on to try and add the extra point. Mitch to hold. Snap high, but he got it down. And May booted it up, and good. And we take a 60-second break. And the score now, Richland 21, South Kitsap 13.
Hi, this is Carol from CJ's Appliance and TV in downtown Pasco. Our lowest prices on washers and dryers are right now during our...
Yard interception returned by David Gonzalez. Richland leading 20-13. Do you kick it deep here? Well, he hasn't been kicking it deep anyway, but...
Well, I'd kick it on the ground. I wouldn't kick it to 23. I'll tell you that right now. Kick it on the ground, let it squirm around, make it look like rugby for a while.
Elkanah Montgomery is the number 23 he's talking about, and he's going to get it, and he's got it on the 15, up the middle at the 20, 25, he's at the 30, 35, to the 43-yard line.
might be scouting, Frank. They may not know, the Richland staff may not know what we know about him based on our conversation with Ed Fisher, because he's a kid you do not want to kick to.
He started the ball game against Woodinville in the backfield.
23.
So they know that he is capable. First down, South Kitsap on the Wolves 43. We have 52 seconds to go in the half. Shotgun formation for Manetti. And back to throw. Here comes Martin. He got held. No flag. Throws on the run. Manetti incomplete. It was intent. And there goes a late marker. Are they going to call interference on that? Stumbling to the ground was Dustin Booth. You got to be kidding me. Let's wait and see what the call is.
You got to remember now in high school
It is
ball,
interference.
High school ball, there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball like they have on the
I understand that. I still didn't see the interference call, though. The guy fell down. The umpire, actually, it was the umpire that made the call.
Right.
Umpire behind the play, Leidy on the coverage. All he could see was Leidy on top of the guy and couldn't see how far away it was. There was a 3-yard gap in there.
That's brutal. That was absolutely brutal. There is one official from Eastern Washington, 3 from Western Washington. That's a fact. There was no first and 10 down on the Richland 42-yard line now. And up the middle goes Manetti running it. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. Gives him a hip and takes it to the 30, the 25, and down to the 23 with 36 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, Frank, we're seeing no backs, shotgun, everything else. Obviously, South Kitsap had this in their arsenal for quite a while, just didn't need to use it.
First down on the Richland 23-yard line, a gain of 19 yards. And a South Kitsap timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. 36.7 seconds to go in the half. Richland 21, South Kitsap 13.
Come on, baby. Daddy needs a pizza.
What are you doing?
Rolling dice, trying to win some pizza.
There is an easier way.
What's that?
During the month of November, Hubby's Pizza is celebrating its 20th anniversary with a pizza giveaway. Enter your name at Hubby's Pizza during November, and then every day for the first 20 days of December, Hubby's Pizza is giving away one large 16-inch pizza. So enter during November and have a chance to win one of 20 pizzas awarded during the first 20 days of December during Hubby's 20th anniversary. You got it. Hubby's Pizza, 346 West Columbia Drive in Kennewick.
Okay, back we are, and it's 21-13. South Kitsap has moved down quickly with the aid of a phantom pass interference call, and they have a first down now on the Richland 23-yard line, Craig, and it's hard to know what they're going to do because they're not in anything basic anymore.
No, I tell you what, it's nothing that we've been told about, and they're in shotgun, no backs, 4 receiver set. Now they're in their normal formation, so let's see if we see the play action. And there's one-on-one against Gonzalez here, Frank.
Donovan Dashell on a sweep to the right side. It's a halfback pass. Work is wide open, and he catches it on the 4. Gonzalez made a nice recovery, or it would have been a touchdown.
Well, they're picking on the sophomore, Frank. There's no way you should be sucked in on something like that, especially with 30 seconds. He's a heck of an athlete, but this is a tough spot for a sophomore right now.
That play goes for 19 yards to the 4. Donovan Dashell throwing. Quickly they line up. 23 seconds. Dashell up and over. He didn't make it. He's at the 1-yard line.
Timeout.
And this is South Kitsap's final timeout, according to what I have here. And we'll go ahead and keep it right here. It's going to be 2nd and goal on the 1. Now, if they run the ball, they might only have time for 1 play, Craig.
Well, I think what they'll probably do here is call 2 plays. And I would assume they would run with it. Based on the vertical leap I just saw there by their tailback, I think you'd go foot to foot, jump over the ball, tell everybody, hurry up and get on the ball again if we don't score.
But if you're...
you also got maybe a possibility of throwing the ball down to and stopping it, too. You get a chance
sure,
there.
You could do that.
But this is real short time here. This will be interesting to see what happens. If you're Coach Olson, you're probably telling your defense right now, submarine, don't play the pass, take a chance, do anything you can to get in there. And if you do make the tackle, take forever to get up.
It's on the 1-yard line, so you've got to get penetration, though, to stop the dive over the top, don't you?
Absolutely. And a goal line play like this, you've got to gamble. You can't play even your base goal line. You've got to take a chance. And I assure the safeties, let's watch Matt's there and see if they're up there on the line of scrimmage.
And no Josh Johnston. He's in the locker room icing up.
Okay. It's a full yard away. 17.9 seconds to go in the half. Richland leading 21-13. Power I formation. And here's the pitch to Dashell. Sweeping right. He's trying to get in. He didn't make it, but he was knocked out of bounds, and it stopped the clock with 12 seconds to go.
I like the play by South Kitsap because if you don't make it, it will stop the clock. What hurt them, though, was the pitch by the quarterback. It was behind him that messed up the timing totally in the play.
Dashell has carried 8 times for 20 yards. Here they go. 3rd down now.
Watch it again.
On the 1-yard line, and it's the power I formation. It's Dashell straight ahead, and he is in. Touchdown, South Kitsap.
Probably be going for 2, Frank.
No question about that. They went the distance here in
1-yard run.
50 seconds to go. 57 yards. With 8.7 seconds remaining in the half. Donovan Dashell. Now let's see what they do on the 2-point conversion. It's 21-19.
It's going to be power I play action, Frank.
Okay. We'll look for it. Power I. It is play action. Rolling left. Manetti. He's in trouble. Looks. Throws for the end zone. And it is caught for the 2-point conversion. No, it was intercepted. Excuse me. By David Gonzalez. I saw them both dive. It was Gonzalez that got it, and Richland retains the lead. Let's take a 60-second break. The half still not over. 8.7 seconds to go, and Richland's leading 21-19.
The Allergy and Asthma Center is pleased to offer comprehensive allergy and asthma care for the entire family, serving both pediatric and adult patients. Asthma and allergies cause over 130 million school days to be missed each year. 1 out of 6 Americans suffer from allergies. Although not everyone with asthma has allergies and not everyone with allergies has asthma, there is a clear relationship. Approximately 80% of children with asthma have allergies, and roughly half of adult asthmatics have allergies. Asthma and allergy are diseases which can cause family disruption when a child or parent is frequently ill. When asthma is out of control, the entire family suffers. Through a comprehensive evaluation, a specialist can formulate an asthma management plan for enabling most individuals to lead a healthy, active, and normal life. Dr. Vatsia is a specialist in allergy and asthma who is accepting new patients. To schedule an appointment, please call 783-8500.
Here we go at the kickoff. Kenyon forward kicks it along the ground, and it's going to be picked up by Wycombe back on the 25 over the 30. He's out to the 35-yard line, and that'll stop the clock with 3.5 seconds to go.
Kickoff return by number 50.
So for the Bombers,
Doug Wycombe.
Here we go. One play, Craig. Any doubt what it's going to be?
Yeah, I assume they would drop to a knee. I would, unless you see something different from South Kitsap, I assume they're just going to drop to a knee here.
That's what it's going to be. As everybody's in the and he takes a knee, and that's the end of the first half. And Eric's going to get a quick word here with Lonnie Pearson. Or somebody, whenever you're ready, Eric, just come on in.
Okay, let's talk to Lonnie. Well, Lonnie, what's your impression of the first half play?
Well, you know, we figured it would be a dogfight. South Kitsap's a good football team, and their offense is rocking and rolling. I'll tell you, they're looking good. We've had a couple big broken plays that are pretty disappointing. We had a guy wide open in the middle. Number 9 sailed in free. We need to clean that up, and then we had the halfback pass there. We got duped again, and it's just guys that are not staying focused and intense. That's the name of that game. So we need to clean that up. Passing game. The running game we've been real effective with. They had the quarterback keep there a couple times, but that's not so bothersome. It's the passing game.
You should be able to look like you'll be able to move the ball still offensively with those short passes. It doesn't look like they're coming up to challenge you much yet so far.
No, you know, the game plan's probably going to stay pretty close to the same. There's a couple things we've read we want to take advantage of, but No, it's going to be pretty much the same. We have to come out the second half fired up, stay intense in this game, and stay playing every side of the ball, special teams too.
Can you take another game where it's the last possession to mean the difference?
I don't really care how it's done. We just got to get the job done in the second half. We can play with these guys. We've shown it. We need to come out real focused, real intense.
Real quick here, lastly, Josh Johnson, what's the situation with him?
It doesn't look real good. I think he's going to probably try to play, but he's going to have to play with pain. It's a real bad sprain, it looks like. Hopefully it's not a fracture.
Well, Lonnie, 2-point lead here at the half. Get him next half.
Thank you.
All right, Lonnie Pearson. Go.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with Curtis coach Bob Lucy. The score at halftime is Richland 21 and Richland 21 and the South Kitsap Wolves 19.
You are what you eat.
I am?
Yes, you are. And you're not a taco, my friend.
Here with the Richland Bombers leading the South Kitsap Wolves 21-19. An exciting first half. With us, coach of the Curtis Vikings, Bob Lucy, back here again this year at an exciting 13-12 win over Tumwater last night. First of all, your thoughts on this game, Coach?
Well, it's two good football teams playing one another. The thing that's impressed me is how both teams have been able to, throw the ball and run the ball. I mean, it kind of balanced off and put a lot of pressure on the defense, so it's been a good show for the fans, but yet it's been a real good game in the sense that there haven't been a lot of penalties and a lot of turnovers.
Surprised by the amount of offense we're seeing?
No, because we played Richland in 90, and this team reminds me a lot of that team. Coach Pearce's kids do a great job of catching and throwing the ball. There's just been some outstanding receptions out there, and we played South Kitsap a couple times too, and Ed Fisher's doing more than he's done before offensively, and it's made for a real good game, and also allowed them to stay really competitive. They didn't bog down because they're just in one aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm. And their passing game's probably surprising to some people. They've thrown the ball well.
Yeah, they have. He's really opened it up a lot more. I mean, the shotgun move is that's a big move for Ed. But they've I don't know whether the running back is hurt still. He hasn't been as much a factor as I thought he might be in the game.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about your team. Of course, you lost Sam Gage, you got the Terry Tharps, you still got those fabulous Baker boys, and of course you had Sampson.
Yep. Jake Sampson's our leading rusher this year, and he just rushed for over 1,000 yards in the semifinal game. Elijah Baker has about 850. Charlie Engelman, another back, has 800, and David Baker, the younger one, who only gets the ball a few times, has 450. So we have tremendous balance in our ability to run the football. Terry Tharps has had a big game, catching the ball, and big year that way, and so our balance has been a little different. Our coaches have done a great job of bringing some kids to the level as far as the offensive line, defensive line, and linebackers, and that's where we had to replace a lot of quality kids last year. And we're playing with less experience this year in that area, and really have made some remarkable progress.
Mm-hmm. Particularly, you had lost early in the season to Puyallup, and of course you beat the team that beat them.
Yeah, and that was really gratifying last night. They'd gotten a hold of Puyallup. I mean, it was a close game early, but they'd really kind of taken the game away from it. And our players were really looking forward to playing Puyallup again, and so this was really satisfying to get that done. I think one of the things that occurred when we did lose to Puyallup is our team separated its identity in a sense from the 95 team, and just had to sit down and decide what kind of team they were going to be, because everything, the ratings and all those things, were still attached to last year's team. And it's been remarkable, the character and the growth that's occurred in the team.
But how much does that experience help you from winning it all a year ago?
It really helps. It helps the kids know where they want to be, and as they got closer, you can just see them getting better. And that's the thing. They want to be there next week. And at halftime, we went in, we're behind. We didn't particularly play real well, especially offensively the first half. And we were able to get on the board, but we kind of got in our own way with penalties. And it was really impressive to watch our seniors just make a stand and say, hey, we're not going to lose this game. We're going to come out and we're going to win it. We're going to play hard. This is what we've set our goals for, and they did it in the second half. It was remarkable. able to play in the second half.
You, of course, last year everybody looked at you as far as quickness and speed, and even your down linemen were extremely quick. Is that a basis of strength for you again this year?
Yes, we might even have more speed defensively this year. And it's amazing high school speed, and that's the only way to describe it. It's a genetic thing in our community. It's nothing I have anything to do with. It isn't something our weight room we were able to all of a sudden take average kids and give them great speed. It's something there, and
not 100%, but we got to go with what we've got.
All right, Coach, good luck to you. That's Coach Eddie Fisher, and Richland now coming back onto the field, Frank.
Okay, Eric and the captains are meeting with the officials. South Kitsap's going to have the option this half because Richland had it in the first half. And so we'll take a look here, and I would imagine they'll take the football. And they will take the football, and they'll defend the west goal. The wind's really not much of a factor here, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Richland will kick into whatever wind it is here in the third quarter. If the wind does come up, they'll have it with them in the fourth, Greg.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, Frank. Some of the things we thought.
Tim Sams is back there, and also Raya Martin.
And the Richland Bombers are going to have to do without the services of Josh Johnston for the rest of the afternoon.
He's done. Well, that's too bad. Okay, from the left hash mark where Colin May has it teed up. Second half with Richland leading by 2. And he drills it down there. And Montgomery takes it on the high. It goes by him back inside the 10. Picks it up on the 5. He's out over the 10. Now wants to sweep wide. And now comes back to the right side. He's over the 15 at the 20. From behind, he is taken down by Jaron Mitchell at the 24-yard line.
I tell you, Frank, my heart starts beating really hard when he gets the ball. He's got the kind of quicks that not many kids out here can catch him if he breaks loose, and the Bombers continue to kick to him, although I'm not sure they were on that particular play, line drive kick like that on the ground, but I would kick totally away from him.
On the 24 is where the Wolves will take over. They put Chris Work down to the left side now. He's already caught 3 balls for 108 yards and 2 scores, and he gets it again on a little quick out at the 20, the 25, and taken out of bounds hard by Gonzalez out at about the 28-yard line for a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
As a coaching staff, you're always interested in what the opponent is going to do to start a second half, because it tells you a lot about what they talked about at halftime. And it's interesting, they start the second half off with a pass, which is so uncharacteristic of the Wolves, except for today.
7 of 10 through the air for Manetti, 141 yards and 2 touchdowns. And here is the give. Dashiell's back in there, and he's knocked down by Lighty, and he did not make the 30-yard line. He's hit at about the 29. We have a marker down. Bombers, Nick Steele saying it's going to go against South Kitsap, holding against the Wolves.
Well, again, part of the problem of the Wolves' running attack is the safeties. Metz just came flying on that play when he saw the tight.
Down, the ball's now back on the South Kitsap 19-yard line, second down and 15 yards to go. High formation in the backfield, and it's a play fake. Manetti rolling left. He looks, throws to Sparks, dropped the ball at the 30-yard line, and it maybe Casey Metz got a finger on that and deflected it out of his vision.
Yeah, nice play. They caught Richland's defensive end coming in too tight. Therefore, the quarterback was able to make the rollout. If the defensive ends just stay home, I think they're going to be able to throttle this South Kitsap bootleg game.
It has been successful to this point, however.
Well, I'm sure Lonnie and them talked about it. You got to keep those defensive ends home.
Dustin Booth wide to the left, work to the right. Play fake, rolling right as Manetti throws deep downfield, and it's intercepted at the 37-yard line by Richardson. Back to the 30, the 20, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Aaron Richardson.
Well, that was one of those plays, Frank, that Manetti showed that he was a junior instead of an experienced quarterback. That was a throw he should have never made.
That comes with 10:44 to go in the third. Richland with the ball and a 2-point lead. on the 15-yard line of South Kitsap.
Great concentration by Richardson. Had the football, had the offensive man's arm, and still made the interception.
And did not go down. Returned at about 20 yards. Running room right. Lechelt's the setback now.
Checking off.
And Mitch, one-stepper, looks, gun slant. Gilbert couldn't get that one. It was way too low, down around the shoe tops, incomplete.
Frank, you probably saw the hand signal and then the long delay there on the snap count. It was definitely an audible. I think what they were trying to do is run the zone play to the outside, except the linebacker came up on it looked like an outside corner blitz there a little bit. So he checked off through the slant. It was there.
Mitchell missed. He's 12 of 21 now through the air. 2nd and 10 at the 15. Big series defensively for South Kitsap. Mitchell under center. Takes the snap. Has some time. Now here comes the rush. Sprints out to the left. They got him back on the 25. Throws it. He's got Mitch on the 15. Knocked out of bounds on the 12. So they turn about an 8-yard loss into about a 3-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, that's the great thing about him. He's got excellent strength, Mitchell, the quarterback. And if you don't tackle him high, he's going to keep his eyes up. He's going to keep the ball in a ready position to throw it. And that's exactly what he did right there.
So 3rd and 7 there now. How about a fade to the pylon?
Well, they got Johnberg inside. Let's see if they run him on a crossing pattern or the middle screen.
Okay. Lechelt's the setback, 3rd and 7. And he's going to get the call at the right side. He busts it out at the 5th, at the 10, the 5. Still on his feet to the 2. He's got the first down. I'll tell you, Joe Lechelt is running well.
Every single time they've run that zone play to the trip side like that, and Johnberg as the inside blocker, has worked every single time.
They say his knee hit the ground at the 4, so it's 1st and goal, Bombers on the 4. 10:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-19 Richland. South Kitsap defense digs in. The lone setback now is Leidy, the big 215-pound senior. And they turn the wrong way, and Mitchell's going to have to eat it back on the 9-yard line.
Oh, boy.
They crashed in well there, Raya Martin and company.
Well, I think go ahead, Eric.
Mitchell turned to hand the ball off to Leidy, and Leidy wasn't expecting to hit that football.
Well, I think what happens often when you have as many backs that Richland puts in there, you're going to have that from time to time. You're not going to have that mesh like you have with the starting backfield that's always in there. Don't be surprised if you see Johnberg now isolated one-on-one with a fade. This is one of their favorite plays.
Jacob Stanfield now in there. No, that's not. That's Dwayne Anderson that's in there at left tackle now for Richland, plays at Johnston. And they run the option, and back goes Mitchell, keeping the ball for a couple. He got down to about the 7 for a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Richland's going to kick themselves if they don't get a touchdown on this series. Not after they took over on the South 15.
Well, Mitchell's right now has got his shoe. He's trying to put that on. Get the signal. They're giving it
now. All right, Metz is the setback. And they have a tight end on the left. And Mitchell on a rollout. Look out. Here they come. He dumps it out to Metz. He's got it. Metz is down to the 1 and out of bounds. Inside the 1. It's going to be 4th down. Oh, man. They were after Jared Mitchell. I never thought he'd get that ball off.
Well, actually, it was set up to be like a shotgun play. You know, the Utah pass. Sprint out and then throw underneath. But actually, you had to throw underneath. But they had 2 receivers there. I believe one of them wasn't supposed to be there because Johnberg was right behind Metz.
And if Johnberg would have made a block, he'd be in the end zone. But here we go. They're going for it.
Leidy is the lone setback. From the 1-yard line. Mitchell to Leidy. Touchdown!
Richland moved.
And there's a marker down.
Tackle moved.
So this will come back then, apparently. Yep, it is. There's no play at all. And they're going to have to go over the field goal now, I would imagine. I think you've got to you got to get points on the board. This would put them more than a field goal ahead.
Absolutely. And I know ego-wise, as a coach, you always have a tug with this. You say, well, we can keep them down. We can get scores here. But this is a smart thing to do. Don't play with the crowd. Line up, get the field goal, and you're definitely more than 3 points away from your opponent.
Not a great angle, though, as it'll be on the left hash mark. Although it should work right into the hook of Colin May. But this is not straight on it. It's fairly close. It's a 23-yard attempt. With 8:35 to go in the third. Mitchell to hold. High pass, got it down. It's a fake. They flip it around to Gilbert. He's got Lighty wide open. Can't throw it to him. Then he finally does it. It's intercepted in the end zone. It was a good play, but they waited way too long. Lighty was open immediately. Gilbert held the ball, and by that time, South Kitsap knew it was a fake, Coach.
Yeah, very slow developing play. If you're going to do anything like that, you've got to make it a little bit quicker than that. Gilbert's got an outstanding arm, which we all discovered last week against Meade.
So, South Kitsap takes over on the 20, first down. Still 21-19, so Richland doesn't put 3 on the board. All right. It is Donovan Dashell as the tailback. Eldridge set in front of him. Selfridge, excuse me, and it's Dashell. Sweep straight ahead, and he ducks his head and goes to the 25-yard line for 5 and brings up 2nd and 5.
Both safeties made the tackle, Frank. It's very difficult, like we keep talking about. You're not going to get anything there unless the safeties just flat out miss the tackles.
They still did pick up 5 yards, though, and see if South Kitsap's going to go back to their number 1 game plan. It is Dashell straight ahead again, and he's got the first down over the 30 to the 33-yard line where Metz rides him down.
That's the first time maybe the whole game that I saw the offensive line have a surge against Richland. And it really looked like they fired off the football. Richland does have some people playing both ways. Maybe there's a fatigue factor here.
Of course, Sam Martin going both ways, and now Dwayne Anderson going a lot both ways since Josh Johnston's out with a sprained ankle. 1st and 10 on their own 33. Toss sweep. Dashell cuts it back. Lighty missed him. He's over the 35. Drives through 2 players to the 40. He's got near a first down out of the 43-yard line before Colin May can haul him down.
Simple toss play. Middle linebacker should have made the play. The arm tackled him, and of course, that's kind of running back. You'll never bring him down with an arm tackle.
Did they pick up the first down? Yes, they did, at the 43. A 10-yard gain for Dashell. Big defensive stand for South Kitsap after they gave the ball up on their own 15. May have given their offense some new life, trailing 21-19. And here's Dashell. It's Montgomery sweeping right, 45-50. There goes a marker into the stack, though. This one may be coming back as Elkanah Montgomery took it to the Richland 43-yard line for 14 yards. Now let's check the penalty. It's holding South Kitsap. Boy, Ed Fisher spoke like he was very upset with his team concerning a lot of the penalties and mistakes they made in that first half.
Well, and that's something that's very difficult to control as a coach. I know that Ed Fisher might be the most regimented, authoritative coach in all of high school football here in this state. In fact, every time he walks into a room and his players are there, everyone must stand. And it's not like he's a control freak. It's just that he believes in these type of things. And how can you argue with his record? 17 straight playoff appearances.
But only one state title in 17 tries. That they won 2 years ago over Walla Walla. Richland trying to become the 3rd straight Big 9 team to go to the state championship game, leading 21-19. Now first down on the 33-yard line, 20 to go. And as a play fake rolling right, Manetti. Look out, he's got Wycombe, got him, and he's knocked him down to the 30-yard line. Doug Wycombe. We saw him after him earlier, Eric. That time he got all the way there.
Yeah, Wycombe came through untouched and looked like he was going to lose that tackle in the sack in the backfield, but was able to trip him up just enough to get the feet out from underneath of him. Good pressure by the Richland defense up front.
The first sack of Manetti today. 6:36 to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. Richland 21, South Kitsap 19. And it's 2nd down. And 23 yards to go. They're in the shotgun. 2 wideouts. 2 backs in. Manetti's got it. Has time. Looking. Throws into coverage, and it is incomplete. They had 3 men on the tight end, Steve Middendorf, and it looked like he was just maybe throwing that one away.
Well, yes. Here, look at this. This is wild now.
Man, they got 4 men to the right. Bombers trying to get some people out there to cover them. And Manetti back to pass. Over the middle. Incomplete. where was that one going? And that could have been very dangerous for South Kitsap. I didn't even see anybody looking back for the ball.
Well, actually, I think it should have been a flag because there were linemen downfield and there was no one there. So it should have been an illegal pass.
Yeah, that's right. Or at least ineligibles downfield.
I don't know if Coach Fisher found some dirt over there on the sideline, but this looks like playground football all of a sudden.
Well, it's so uncharacteristic of him, Eric. I'm just really surprised. But like he said it in your halftime interview, he's got to do what he's got to do in order to win this game, I guess.
So here is Aquino into punt. Good snap from center, not much of a rush. Gets a low line drive, returnable kick. Mets on the 40. Running right, trying to get a block. He got it. 45, 50, 45, 40. There goes the marker. It's coming back. Mets is all the way down to the 15 and knocked down to the 9. That lets the penalty markers way back at the Richland 47-yard line, and there's another one down at the South Kitsap 22.
All the way down to the 10-yard line.
And I would imagine both of them are against Richland.
Beautiful wall. And what you really enjoy about that type of punt return, even though it's going to go back, is that the Richland kids are hustling. And so many high school teams relax on punts and things like this. You could tell that these kids really want this game just beautifully set up. You could tell they worked very hard on that in practice.
And what's tough on that play there, Craig, is that I think they flagged Nick Steele for that first flag back at the 47-yard line.
19 Richland.
After that return, Casey Metz was sucking a little wind on the sidelines. Richland a little bit late to get it back in there. Finally, Lechelt comes racing in.
Bombers out of the huddle. Bryce Ray is in there as the slot to the left. Outside of him is Goplin. Gelberg and Knutson to the right, and Lechelt's the setback. Mitch takes the snap, and he gives it to Lechelt, who finds a big hole over the 40, out to the 45, to the 47. Boy, great blocking. He squirted through that hole in a hurry, though.
13 yards on the play.
Ran that zone play again. I believe they're checking either side on this. They see that the linebacker on the opposite side was up in the B gap, so they ran it to the right. Simple football, excellent football.
First down on their own 46 for the Bombers from the right hash mark. Running room left, one setback. Let's see if the linebackers are coming. Here they come, and he's going to give the ball to Lechelt, following a blocker at the 50, the 45, and he's got another first down. I didn't see who he was hiding behind there, but boy, oh boy, he got through there and followed the big guy and took it down for 4-3. That's 4 and 7's 11 big ones.
Identical defense again, same play offensively. Go right back to it.
Coach, the way they split out on the tackles there's so much gap in between the tackles and the guards. Why not? Keep running.
Only 3 down linemen set. The linebackers stepping up inside now. Trips to the wide side left, and here's Mitch straight ahead to Lechelt, broken again, 40, 35, cut to the right side, he's gone, 20, 15, after him is Sam's, got him down to the 7. So what would you say? Does Mr. Mitchell know how to read defenses, Coach? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Well, I'm not for sure. I just know, like Eric said down on the sideline, there are only 5 in the box. And when you spread everybody out, and the way the offensive line's blocking, and of course the way Joel's running with the football right now, I mean, it's a great combination. Keep it going.
35-yard gain.
That was a 36-yard gain. First and goal, and they're back down there again. Let's see if they can punch it in. Trips to the wide side left. Knutson alone out to the right. Lechelt stills the setback. Mitch takes it, gives it to Lechelt, sweeping left, blockers in front of the 5. He's down to the 2.
Zone play the outside, same thing. 5 in the box. They had everybody spread out. They can do it all day.
They haven't thrown a pass in this drive, which started back on their own 33. Lechelt comes out, and Leidy goes in. Let's see if he and Mitch are on the same page this time. Second down and goal on the 2. Mitchell gives it to Leidy. It's big, wide open. Touchdown. 27-19, and an extra point here would give them a 2-score lead, Coach.
Well, kick the extra point. You're in great shape. Take your time.
On the goal line, Mitchell to hold for Colin May again. It's on the tee. Collins' boot is up, and it is good. We take a 60-second break. South Kitsap 19. Okay, that drive, 167 yards in 5 plays. Jeff Lighty over from 2 yards out. 28-19 Bombers. There's Colin May forward. Pooches it off to the right side, trying to take the advice of Craig Beverland. And it's picked up over on the 23-yard line and taken down by Brian Fisher. Is going to be Raya Martin. So they took your advice, Coach, and didn't kick it to Mr. Montgomery.
Well, the other thing I like about that is that South Kitsap's been cheating because Richland kicks off on this hash. So South Kitsap's really been cheating over there. Almost became a ball for Richland. Hopefully they'll score again and get to do that again. We'll have a little fun with it.
He did. He kicked it clear across the field that time from the left hash mark. First down for the Wolves on their own 27-yard line. Now down by 8. High formation. Here's a quick crossing route to work. Got it again. He's over the 40, but Gonzalez was behind him this time and took him down at the 43. It's 16 yards and a Wolves first down.
Well, Frank, I almost said just before you started there, let's see if they pick on Gonzalez here. No help. The safeties have been flowing so hard for Richland. Really tough on the cornerbacks one-on-one like that.
First and 10 for the Wolves. They have the I formation. Dashell is the tailback, but Minetti back. Down the middle it goes, incomplete. There was a collision there with Josh Delberg in there on the coverage, along with Zach Cook, who was the receiver there, but the ball was well past the two when the collision occurred. So it's 2nd and 10 on the 43. Minetti now 8 of 15 through the air for 157. Dashell, 12 carries, 43 yards. I formation. And he gives it to Dashell at left guard. He was upended there in a nice defensive play, and that may have been Steve Chapman. Eric, did you get a look?
Yeah, Steve Chapman and Dwayne Anderson combining on the stop, just taking the feet out of the running back, and not much happening up front.
I tell you, when we played Richland a couple of weeks ago here, Steve Chapman really impressed us. And talking to Mark Olson today, he feels like he's one of the most improved players for the whole season.
Well, they got 3rd and 9 now. They got the I formation, wide men either direction. Play fake, Minetti rolling out. He's in trouble. After him is Wycombe. He throws it away out of bounds. There's nobody there.
Should be grounding.
It should be. The only one there, or even close, was a lineman. He threw it over his head. Nick Steele is inquiring of Jerry Heilig, and Lonnie Pearson is doing more than inquiring of the official on this sideline.
That was a horrible non-call, Frank. That should have been grounding the ball.
So it's 3 and out for South Kitsap.
And again, credit Wycombe for getting good pressure on the quarterback, chasing him out of the pocket.
No question about it. He's seeing a lot of time today. Fisher had taken over his position, but Wycombe's playing a lot today. Aquino in punt formation, standing inside his 35. Gets a good snap, gets a pretty good kick away, and Metz is going to have it, takes it over the shoulder on the 15, running right at the 20. Jukes inside, now comes back, pretty good coverage. He's over the 25, and there's no marker there. I thought Jelberg was going to get a flag, and we got a Bomber that shake it up. No, it's Chapman. He's going to be getting up under his own power.
Taken out of bounds, that's the Bomber.
With 3:23 left in the third, the Bombers take over, leading 28-19. South Kitsap has ventured for the semifinals to Eastern Washington twice. In 1983, they lost to Kennewick 49-21. In 1985, they lost to Gonzaga 25-7. So they've yet to win on this side of the mountains. 1st and 10 at the 26 for the Bombers. Motion to the backfield by Gilbert. Lechelt is the lone setback. And it is Lechelt again, and they got him walled off once more. And he runs out to the 29-yard line for 3 yards as he got tackled from the backside that time.
Wouldn't be surprised, Frank, if we'll see the run here this whole third quarter here by Richland. Why not? Took them all the way to their last score. The way that South Kitsap hasn't changed their defense, they continue to put 5 in the box. I really think Richland can run the run game just like they did the last possession.
All right, Lechelt's having one of the games of his life. He's got 97 yards already in the game and just 11 carries. And he's the lone setback from the left hash and running room right. 2nd down and 6. kicks, and it's Lechelt again, and he slipped and fell down a yard short of the line of scrimmage this time, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
I think the play was designed just like it has been when they put the trips formation in to run the zone to the outside to the trips, but there was some penetration there. Joe felt like he had to cut back, and of course he slipped and fell, but still in good shape here. The clock is running.
3rd down and a long 7 with 2:22 to go in the 3rd. Richland leading 28-19. Twins either direction. Now it's trips right as Joe Borg goes in motion to the wide side, and Mitch rolls that play, the throw with plenty of time, setting, guns it. He's got his man on his knees, complete. No, they said he trapped it. They said Bryce Ray trapped the ball up at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, it fell right there. I felt like Mitchell looked just a little bit too long on that play. That comeback has been there all night. That's the sprint out that they were running so effectively there.
So a punting situation for Richland, 3 and out, with 2:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Leidy, who only, Leidy, who only averages 30 yards a punt.
Back to punt for the Bombers, Jeff Leidy.
5 is the one you want to watch out for. Tim Sams, a punt returner here. They consider him possibly their best athlete on the whole team.
Leidy waiting for the snap from center. This is only his 2nd punt of the game, and he gets the kick away. It's a wobbly kick, and a hit at the 45. Well covered by the Bombers. Fisher over. They got to let it go. It goes inside the 40, and by they I mean the Wolves all the way down to the 35, and that's Leidy's best kicking. Kicks it short, and they get a good bounce on the turf.
Perfect on synthetic turf, Frank, and we were talking about that before the game, that sometimes a poor punting game can be an advantage on this kind of turf.
That was a 36-yard punt with no return. And for the Wolves, with 1:56 to go in the 3rd, they take over on their own 35.
And Jeff Leidy did, Academy Award-winning acting job trying to follow the turf. Middendorf was blocked into him, but no call.
Dashiell is the tailback. Seldridge is the fullback in front of him in the I formation. And it's a play fake. Back to pass Menini. He's got the big guy, Simonson, and drops the ball down at the 35-yard line. That was Steve Middendorf, again. Boy, he was there, Coach.
Yeah, he was. Again, he's running with his arms outstretched. He looked almost like a giraffe a little bit on that. He looked uncoordinated. Obviously, he's an outstanding blocker, else they wouldn't have been able to have the run attack they've had this year. But he didn't look real smooth on that pass reception.
All right. Minetti set to go at the eye. Quick drop. Once Dashiell out of the backfield, overthrew him. And Leidy and May were in hot pursuit. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Now, this is interesting. After hitting his first 5 passes for 126 yards, he has since gone 3 for 13.
Is there any precipitation down on the field? Because the way the ball is coming off his hand right now, it almost looks like it's slipping.
Nope, just cold down here.
And they were talking last week that seemed that way in the film against Woodinville. It looked like it was slipping out of his hand. But Tuiasa Sopo, who was throwing for Woodinville, didn't seem to have that problem. So work comes wide to the right now, and Gonzalez looks like he's going to have him all alone over here. And back, and they throw a little one out here in the flat to work, trying to get around Gonzalez. He did. 40, 45, 50, and down to the Richland 40 and out of bounds. 1-on-1, and there was no contest that time.
Well, David's a good tackler. He certainly has lost a little bit of his confidence. When I watched that there, you never want to, as a cornerback, to come up and attack with the inside. You always want to attack with the outside because you know you got inside help with the pursuit and break down. Don't try to knock the guy down, just break down. And that's something he didn't do. And again, I think he's showing a little bit of his sophomore jitters.
All right, to the line of scrimmage. Work has got 5 passes for 138 yards. Here's a quick one out to Sams on the 40. 1-on-1 with Richardson. At the 35, 40's gone. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Should be 15 yards on them for Taunton right now. Didn't call it.
No. That closes the gap to 28 to 25. With still 1:30 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Those are 2 simple plays, Frank, that you just don't expect to break for that many yards. All you got to do is break down, and it's uncharacteristic for Richland because their secondary is tackled well all year.
That is the 3rd touchdown pass by Minetti today. This one goes for 39 yards.
And they're going to go for 2.
Yes, they are. This would get him to within 1. Paschal is the setback. Play fake. Benetti rolling out. Looks, throws to the end zone. Overshot everybody. It's no good. We're going to take a 60-second break. A minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And the score now, Richland 28, South Kitsap 25.
If your car shop...
Expect one now, Coach. They do have those people up.
Kicking off for South Kitsap.
This must be only because of scouting reports. We did say they do onside kicks at bizarre times.
He kicks it off to the right, and taking it there is Bryce Ray, who's in there, running off to the right side at the 15, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to be knocked down on the 20-yard line. And there goes a marker or something. Or was that a beanbag?
Oh, that was a
marker.
Return carried by number 6, Bryce Ray.
And we're going to get clipping Richland. Half the distance to the goal. We'll take it to the 10.
It's the worst possible thing that can happen for you right now with the momentum change, and then start off with the kicking game and get a clipping. Now you got 90 yards. We're talking about a long field here. Very important to grind out a couple of first downs, get your confidence, get your momentum going again.
1:21 to go in the third quarter. Richland 1st and 10 on the 10. And the score 28-25 Bombers. Lighty comes into the backfield here. And they're going to go to a 2-back set. Richardson and Jelmberg to the left. Goplin to the right. Lechelt and Lighty in the backfield. Mitch takes the snap, and stumbling out of there was Lighty. Picked it up and runs it back to the line of scrimmage before he was nailed by Raya Martin.
Ball carried by Jeff Lighty. Tackled by 27.
So again, the Bombers having trouble with the handoff.
57, Justin Goff.
That was confusion from the get-go, Frank. Jared Mitchell looking to the sideline for personnel. He waited and waited and waited. Finally, Jeff Lighty came in late with the play. Knudsen just got off the field before they snapped the football, so confusion from the get-go on that play.
All right.
Zone play the outside. Let's see, Frank, to the trip side. See if they do it.
You called it. It comes back the other way, does Lechelt, but he's knocked backwards after a short gain of about 3 yards.
I really don't think the play's designed for that. I think he's supposed to go zone outside on that. I didn't see any penetration. Did you, Eric, down there?
No penetration. It had the roll on the right, hole on the right side, but like you said, he tried to bounce it back, but nothing happened.
Yeah, that's the play they've been running so well this second half, and a little bit in the second quarter, too.
Ball spotted at the 13, gain 3.
So it's 3rd down, 7, Richland, out on the 13-yard line. And Mitchell looks over the defense. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Still on the count. And the clock runs out. So we've come to the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a 60-second break. At the end of
Richland gets a first down. I think they get a monkey off their back, get a little momentum going. So this is a very, very important down for them.
Mitch has him set at the left hash mark and sends Jelmberg in motion to the backfield to the wide side right. Takes the snap, rolling right to throw. Mitch sets up, guns it deep down the field, overshoots his man. Sams can't get it for South Kitsap at the 50-yard line, and good coverage by the Wolves. Field position here. As the Bombers, Sean Mills is the deep snapper. Lighty standing in his own end zone. Good snap from center. Here's the kick away. It's a low spiral, and it's taken by Sams, who drops it, picks it up on the 45. It's by Metz. There comes a clap. And Fisher knocks him down on the 46, -1. Despite a low line drive kick, Coach, they had great coverage.
Oh, this is going to work out perfect for Richland because of the clip and et cetera. And this is very, very important field.
Kitsap first down at the 37.
Trailing by 3 in the fourth quarter. They go to power I formation. And they give the ball to Montgomery, trying to cut it outside. Wycombe misses him. Metz after him. He gets him after a yard gain. Boy, he showed some pretty good wheels to catch up with Connor Montgomery there.
Well, it was fortunate there because Richland was really unorganized on that play. It looks like they've got some automatics when they go to that power I, and they were flip-flopping all over the place. In fact, I believe Jaron Mitchell there wasn't even in place yet. He was running back on the backside, but it worked out beautifully because the defensive line stopped the run, forced him to run the outside. Then, of course, your secondary can apply the pressure.
Second down after a gain of 2, 8 yards to go. Montgomery, 5 carries, 9 yards. formation again. It's a toss sweep, but we're not going to get it off. We've got a marker. Let's see, we got movement on that offensive line there.
Dead ball in correction.
Yeah. Interesting again, Frank, why is South Kitsap now come out in 2 power I run formations when they have just been lighting it up? So real interesting formations. Maybe they're trying to set something up out of this power I.
Well, they're going to have it second down back on their own 34, 13 yards to go. 8 penalties against the Wolves for 84 yards.
Frank, they've been going with a quick snap count all afternoon. That time quarterback tried to go on 2, but the left...
It's here, Frank.
And they've got Booth to the left, Work to the right. And they throw it to Booth, and he's out over the 40 to the 41-yard line. Gilbert and Jaron Mitchell. Gilbert getting a lot of work on defense today.
Tackle by number 7.
Gain is 7. It's third down and 6.
Well, if it holds true like it has a whole game, they'll probably go to the wide side here, either with the boot or maybe the quick pass with the kid named Work, I believe his name is. One-on-one with Gonzalez. No free safety help, Frank.
And back, they throw it to him out in the flat. He catches the ball at the 40. He's hit short of the first down at the 43 and knocked down. He got good help, did Gonzalez. His Work tried to come back to the inside. Are you wondering why he didn't cut it outside, maybe?
Well, maybe Gonzalez, from our angle, we couldn't tell, but I got a feeling David that time attacked to the outside and forced him inside. And see, sometimes as a cornerback, just by alignment, you can force other people to make the tackle, yet it was your positive play that caused those good reactions.
It's fourth down, still 3 yards to go at the South Kitsap 44. The Bombers send Gilbert and Metz deep. Aquino is in there. And he kicks a low snap, has time, gets it away just over the outset arms of Martin. Gilbert on the 25, running right, trying to get to the corner, drugged down by the shirt. They never do get him down. He goes out of bounds near the 30 and takes an extra hit there, but there's going to be no flag there. Richland's Lonnie Pearson and team is right in the face of South Kitsap there for that extra late pop, and apparently it was decided it wasn't that, it didn't hit him that hard.
You can usually get away with a push like that. If you hit with the shoulder pads and helmet, though, Frank, they should call it. Thought it was a good non-call right there.
Okay, first down Bombers on the Bomber 28-yard line following that punt of 31 yards by Aquino.
Let's see if Richland gets conservative or if they're going to run the ball.
Conservative wouldn't be running the ball. Okay, 4 wideouts running loom left. It's Lechelt, busts through to the 30, and then they're going to right him back there. And he will get a couple yards. Second down and about 8. Lechelt now has 101 yards rushing and 14 carries. And the clock is running with just over 9 minutes remaining. Richland's leading 28-25.
Number 61, Brett May.
Well, it's been a tremendous football game. They go trips to the wide side left. Gilbert is the tightest. Richardson's the tightest. And Lechelt is the setback. Mitchell takes the snap. Quick drop. Look out! They got him! Sacked him! Did he lose the ball? I think he did. Let's see who's got it.
Back. Richland has it.
Bomber ball then at the 25-yard line, as it was Nick Chacon popping on the football.
A nice disguise by South Kitsap. Their outside linebacker lined up on the short side here on the wideout, then started nosing in, and finally on the snap of the ball came blitzing. No one had a chance to pick him up.
So now the Bombers, who have bogged down here, and it's this is their third straight possession where they haven't had a first down, face third down now. Mitchell back.
There it is.
Yeah, looks, there's the middle screen to Gilbert. Up the middle he goes to the 30, 35. Didn't get the first down. And that was an outstanding tackle by Ryan Martin up at the 36-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and 2, and the Bombers will have to punt.
Well, Frank, that was a play we were calling just before the snap here, and we've been waiting all day for it because it's been a great play all year for Richland, especially with Gilbert's ability to run in the open field, but just didn't make it. 1 yard short.
And so the punting team comes on, and there's no question you have to punt in this situation. That was Gilbert's first catch in the second half. And we have 7.5 minutes to go in the game. 28-25 Richland. Here's Leidy back in punt formation now. Ryan Moore is the up back. Good pass from center, and Lighty gets another low end-over-end kick, but he's got great coverage by Fisher, and it's going to roll. Roll it almost touches
man.
It's that player who got in the way, but it didn't, and it's grounded by the Bombers on the 33. Wayne Anderson and Colin May, and also Steve Chapman tackles for Richland. And the give is Dashell. He's running wide, and he's taken down by Metz after a gain of about 3.
Again, that's what we've been talking about the whole game. If you don't play this safety up that tight, Dashell would have been down the sidelines, at least for a 20-yard gain or more, Frank.
A gain of 4. 2nd and 6 on the Richland 46. Fisher back in. Wycombe comes out at the weak side backer. Under center, Manetti. Quick toss out in the flat to work. After him is Gonzalez. He's got him. He
nice job.
On the 45-yard line. A gain of just 1.
Again, what we talked about technique-wise, David's learning quick. The guy gave an inside fake, but he didn't bite for it. Kept the outside, made the tackle.
Manetti now 14 of 25, 235 yards through the air. Sams comes to the left. Work to the right from the right hash mark now on 3rd down and 5 for South Kitsap. And they give it to Dashiell straight away. He didn't get it. He's about 2 yards short as he takes him to the 42-yard line. Chapman, Anderson, and also there was Lighty.
I'm sure, Frank, that Ed knew when he made that call that they were in 4-down territory. And so even though you're 2 yards short, his thinking is probably, can we get 4 yards and 2 downs? And if we can't, then we don't deserve to go to Tacoma.
Okay, here we go. The crowd comes to its feet. It's 4th and 2 on the Richland 42. 4:25 to go in the game. Manetti, Dashell, didn't get it. Did not get it. Sam Bam Martin knocked him down. The Bombers take over.
Huge play by Sam Martin. He's one guy I don't want to run against. I know next year he's coming back. He's a young man that's very, very tough. Excellent athlete. Great play by the Bombers. Good call by Mark Olson and the defensive staff.
1st and 10 for Richland on the 43 with 4:18 to go and leading 28-25. Jarrett brings him to the line of scrimmage. He's got Knutson and Jellenberg to the right. He's got Ray to the left, and the give to Lechelt. Bounces it outside at the 45. After him is the safety man, Busman, who gets him with help out at the 47. After a gain of about 4, it'll bring 2nd and 6.
Lechelt's going to have to hang on that football. They're tackling at the ball now.
Yeah, it bounced out, but fortunately he was down.
I think anytime you get a runner going sideways, most coaches' staffs anymore, you get the kid going sideways, the second tackler coming in, go for the ball. Everybody sees it in the NFL. Of course, these kids emulate those kids all the time.
15 carries, 105 yards for Joel Lechelt in the game of his life. And we have an official's timeout momentarily. Now the clock will run. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Richland clinging to a 3-point lead, 28-25, as the defenses have really kind of taken over here in the second half. Trips to the wide side left from the right hash. Mitch under his center, Eric Gibby. He has Metz in the backfield, gives it to him. Up over the 50 and right at the 50. He gets taken down as he tried to hurl the pile, and it was Matt Hunter, the inside linebacker, who got him after a 3-yard gain. It's 3rd and 3. Metz first carry of the second half. So 3rd down and 3. Would you put the ball up here, Craig?
Well, Richland's always surprised us with some of those calls, and that's the way they live. That's how they got to this game. So I don't know if you can ever predict what Richland's going to do.
No, I thought you of all people could. Okay, Metz the lone setback. Trips to the left. It's a counter to Metz, and Metz has got the first down very close at the 47. If he made the 47, he's got the first down. He's got it. That is a first down.
Excellent call, and I believe it's the first time we have seen a counter for the whole game, isn't it?
I don't remember seeing it before. That is a first down.
And give a lot of credit to the offensive line, in particular Sam Martin, who also made that defensive play to get the ball back for the Richland offense. A good block up front to get the back, enough room to get that first down.
2:40 to go in the game. South Kitsap with all of its timeouts remaining. 28-25 Bombers. Right hash trips to the wide side left. Mitch with Metz in there, gives it to him. Breaks the tackle, gets 2 yards to the 45. And he was knocked down there for South Kitsap by Garrett McFarland, the defensive tackle. And also there was Brett Maves. And now we're going to have to start calling timeouts soon.
It'll be soon, but I think Richland, what you'll probably see here now are some fake handoffs with Mitchell, the quarterback, running with the ball, which they have a history of doing in these kind of situations. Let's see if they do it.
Metz the setback, trips wide side left from the right hash. Clock at 1:58 to go. And it is a give to Metz. Off the left side, big hole, near a first down at the 37-yard line. Slanting off the left side went Casey Metz. It almost looked like South Kitsap thought what you said.
Well, they had a stunt called, and of course they haven't stunted too much, and maybe that's the reason why they haven't, because they're overrunning the ball carriers. But it was an excellent play by the offensive line on the left side of Richland.
The gain was 7. It's third down and a yard to go. And the clock now continuing to run with 1:25 to go in the game. South Kitsap still hasn't stopped it. They're going to have to stop it soon. Mitchell. They have 2 running backs in there. And the option, a pitch back to Metz, nearly got away. He got it. He got the first down. And he's down to the 30. Broken tackle, 25 to the 22. Holy cow. I can't believe they ran the option pitch on that.
I don't think South Kitsap can either, but that's part of the Richland attack. They take chances. Your hat's off to them. They executed it. It was a dangerous play, but you can't say much when they execute. They get the first down, and literally the game is won right now. They hang on to the football and not take any chances.
And South Kitsap takes a timeout with 1:07 to go. The Bomber fans come to their feet. We take a 30-second break. Richland 28, South Kitsap.
Frank, the next play, if they don't call a timeout, is run 22 seconds off on your stopwatch and then start the snap.
First down on the South Kitsap 21. Richland leads 28-25. 1:07 to go. They do have the 2 backs, and it's straight ahead to Metz, and he fights his way near the 17-yard line, and he got 4 yards on first down. And let's see if they call another timeout. They do. They'll have only 1 remaining, and the clock is down to 59 seconds to go.
Yeah, only 2 seconds ran off. Maybe our timekeepers were taking a break. I'm not sure. There should have been more than 2 seconds off on that play.
Okay. All right, I think, so there was only, what, a minute, and what did I say before?
1:01, I believe.
Yeah, or a minute, yeah, I'm not sure exactly now. So, is it time to go to a knee yet? Is it?
Well, I feel like
they have 1 timeout still left.
What you don't want to see, you see, like Metz got 4 yards on that play, Frank, but did you see the ball out there? That's the only way you can lose the game right now. Mm-hmm. And I know everyone has different philosophies right now, and if you've coached long enough, you've seen everything, or close to it, especially West Valley last week, and how they beat Prosser, although it was a little bit different situation. Richland's got the game won, but if you get a back struggling, he's seeing that end zone, he's competing, very easy to get stripped of the ball.
And you don't even need a first down now.
No, you don't.
They have only 1 timeout remaining to the Wolves. The Bombers are second down on the 17 and 6 yards to go. If Richland wins, it would be the 3rd straight undefeated team they have beaten in the playoffs. Unbelievable. Split backs behind Mitchell now on second down and 6. He gives it to Metz. And Metz busted! He's at the 10, the 5! He's down to the 1! This thing is history.
With the first down now, and even though you're on the 1-yard line, Frank, I would still drop to a knee.
Okay.
Don't take a chance. However, we'll see what happens. They've been playing aggressive. That's why they're where they're at.
Look at this rushing attack. Metz 84 yards. Lechelt 105. They've only thrown 6 passes in the second half. 7 with Gilmberg's attempt that ended up in an interception. They're letting the clock run. South Kitsap elected not to call a timeout. And really, unless you really want the touchdown, you can let the clock, you can take a delay here. Mitchell gives it to Leidy. He cracks in, and the game is over. 34-25. South Kitsap has gone down. 21 seconds to go. Wow.
And Jeff Leidy has played such a tough game defensively, is barely able to get himself back to his feet to go up for this extra point here.
And to kick the extra point for the Bombers.
Man, oh man. 34-25, and Colin May will try and add the 35th Richland point. High pass, it's way over his head. May goes back, picks it up, and he's tackled, but it doesn't really matter, does it? 21.3 to go, and the Bombers lead by 9. We'll take a 60-second break. Hands in the air. Richland 34, South Kitsap 25.
The law firm of Shea, Couple, and Klaschke is proud to help bring local
Bombers Leidy over from a yard out. Want to do that, Coach? Let's see where the kickoff goes. Here's May forward. He does drill a line drive, and then they lateral back to Tim Sands at the 30, 35. He's at the 40 and taken down by Metz. And how many times have we called that name today? At the 43-yard line.
Well, the Metz kid has had an outstanding game, along with the whole Richland team. What a remarkable run in the playoffs here, Frank. You got to hand it to the kids, the coaching staff, and the power of belief. And it's evident here. I saw it on the locker room as I was walking out on the field. We believe, and that's what's beautiful about sports, and high school sports particularly.
Wolves with one last ditch here, down 9 with 15 seconds, and they throw it out in the flat, caught by Work, drilled out of bounds by Richardson at the Richland 49 after a gain of 8 yards.
Pass completed to number 9.
I'll tell you, they got a lot out of that junior quarterback today.
Yes, they did, and of course they had to, because the Richland dominated the line of scrimmage, particularly with their safeties filling so quickly on the runs. And I really feel like it was a strategical poor move on South Kitsap in their blocking scheme. You got to move your wideouts, move them in to block those safeties. Otherwise, you're blocking 9, and you don't have enough people in the offensive team to block them.
All right. Back Manetti to throw, sets. There's the out pattern, and it's knocked down. It was knocked away by David Gonzalez.
Appropriate that David there is into the game here. He's had some brilliant plays, and then he's had some plays which showed his inexperience a little bit. But I'll tell you what, as a Kamiakin head coach, I hate to see that he's coming back for 2 more years. Fine athlete, and obviously he's recovered and understand the word setback, comeback.
6.7 seconds to go. West Valley Rams are waiting to come on the field. They'll play next, but it's the Bombers' moment right now. And this could be the final play. Manetti out of the shotgun. 34-25 Richland. Get ready, Tacoma. Manetti back. He sets. He throws it deep down the left side. Gonzalez couldn't hang on with 1.3. And the Richland students started to pour onto the field, but there's still a play left. Eric, be careful down there.
I'm getting out of here.
I'll tell you what, the timer must have his finger frozen here.
That play head out of bounds to end it. Bomber kids stream onto the field. The Bombers have done it. They're going to the state finals. A 34-25 win over South Kitsap. Unbelievable. And they did a lot of it with the running game today. And South Kitsap just never really adjusted, Coach.
Yeah, it's very ironic because we thought it would be pass versus run. And quite frankly, it was pass versus pass the first half. And in the second half, Richland took what South Kitsap was giving them. They got the lead a little bit. They saw that South Kitsap would never take 5 out of the box. You had 7 on 5, and they kept running simple little dive plays, outside zone plays. And the running backs for Richland, I thought, ran exceptionally hard.
Go ahead, Eric.
And hung on the ball.
All right, let's break in with Coach Fisher. Well, Coach, talk about this second half.
Well, we didn't play very well again. Every time we try to get something going, we made major mistakes like holes or something. The credit belongs to their defense. Their defense did a really nice job. They scored 1 touchdown, and we were not able to consistently run the ball, which is like a first for us this year. And so they're to be complimented, and a really nice job.
4th down and 2. That was obviously the big play of the game, and you running team, the power I formation. You got to think you can get those 2 yards.
Well, yeah, under most circumstances you can, but it was not even close to that play. We were unable to control the line of scrimmage from the very beginning, and so even though it was 4th and 2 or whatever, we just didn't do a very good job. So they deserve all the credit. They did a nice job.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a good season. You got a good young junior quarterback coming back for you next year.
Well, that remains to be seen. You have to have an offensive line, but thank you very much.
All right, Coach. Congratulations.
Okay, Eric,
right.
let's grab some of those kids before they head off. Looks like they're going to maybe do a victory lap or something here. They're all meeting in the center of the field. The Richland Bombers have defeated South Kitsap 34-25. They're all headed out there with their helmets in the air, and boy, this is so much like your club last year, Craig. And they're going to play Curtis also.
I know. I just hope that Richland does not borrow our game plan, though, on what we did with Curtis. I will say this, going over there. Go ahead, Eric.
Well, I want to catch up with Sam Martin here real quick as they gather at the center of the field.
The Allergy and
Sam
Asthma
Martin
Center.
here real quick. Well, Sam, fantastic game today, both defensively and offensively. How's it feel?
It feels good. It's a big win, and I'm glad we're going to state and stuff. It's a big win for us.
Talk about that play defensively. 4th down and 2, game on the line. You get through the offensive line, you make that tackle.
Yeah, that number 79 and me were battling all night, and then that last play I just kind of threw him beside, and the running back came straight towards me, so I had to tackle him or else I'd be embarrassed or something. So.
Can you believe it? You look up at that scoreboard, 34-25. You're going to state. How about it?
I just moved here last year, and I was looking forward to this, and this is going to be great. I wanted to go state, and finally it's happening, so it's going to be awesome.
All right, Sam, congratulations. Great football game. Good luck next week.
Thanks a lot.
Steve, another great defensive game for you. Talk about this game here today.
I just think we came out, we made a few mistakes early, but we just came back, and it just shows who the best team is.
They got you caught inside a couple of times in that first half, going around on the action in the middle, and then the quarterback going outside, but you guys really straightened it up in the second half.
The tight end was pretty good. He was blocking down on me, but sometimes I could get out there, and the outside linebacker, Jaron Mitchell, was doing a really good job shutting that down, too. So I'm just glad we shut down the QB. He couldn't really throw many passes, but we just came back and did a really good job.
All right, well, congratulations, Steve.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve Chapman.
Okay, thanks, Eric. He's going to be interviewing lots more people here as the Bombers have defeated South Kitsap 34-25 in
Let's talk to Nick Chacon here. Let's get some of these offensive linemen in here. Congratulations, Nick. Offensive line did a great job today. You guys really made the difference.
Yeah, we knew they gave us all the dives, and they gave us all our running plays. They just tried to stop our pass.
Talk about that drive where you guys were able to just stuff it down their throat and just take it right down the field on the ground with Lechelt running out of the background. He had a great game today. Also, Metz out of the backfield. You guys were able to take charge up front.
Well, they gave us everything. Our offensive line just did great. They just gave us the right spots, and we just hit them, blocked them in the right ways, and we just ran.
Were you surprised they had the 3 down linemen up front? You guys split them out wide, and you had the huge gaps up the middle. Were you surprised that they didn't shift out of that into something else?
Yeah, I thought until like 2 minutes before the game came in that we thought they were running a 44 to stuff us, because that would probably given us more trouble than that 52. But the 52, I liked it a lot better.
What's this mean to you coming back after that baseball game last year and then you coming and triumphing over the same team? Different players, but hey, it's South Kitsap nonetheless.
Yeah. Sweet revenge, baby. It feels good. Either way, I don't care. If it would have been golf, I would still feel good.
All right, Nick, congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, Franco, grab some more here.
Okay, go ahead.
Bring your beach to warm up here.
Yeah, we're all heading. I saw Jared Mitchell heading down the left sideline there.
Let me talk to Jeff Lighty here real quick.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff, let's talk to you real quick here. Congratulations. Boy, a heck of a game out there for you today. You're on to state.
Yeah, well, we are. I've been dreaming about this ever since my 7th grade year. I knew our talent, and we just had to. It had to be good play calling, and coaches did. They had great play calling. If we can play like this going on to state, we'll be all right. But if we can play like we can, then we'll be even better.
Are you happy with your performance individually today?
I'm not. That wasn't my best game. I don't know why I'm getting interviewed so much, but that was not my best game. They came in. They called for me to come in on those touchdowns, and anybody could have done it. I felt maybe they should have gave the ball to one of the running backs that got us all the way down the field. And they just looked to me to get the touchdown, so I did what I was supposed to do. That was my job.
Were you surprised about what they did in the first half with running the shotgun and the no-back offense there and splitting out people and throwing the ball against you guys?
Yeah, I was. We were totally expecting the run game. They came out and passed it on us. It was not the DB's fault. It's really hard to be a DB, and I'm not. It was the whole defense that broke down. It was great execution by them. Also, that was a great passing and great catching. So it was. Yeah, we were surprised. They caught us off guard, but we adjusted.
Well, Jeff, congratulations on the win today. You look like you're kind of a tired pup at the end of this one. There's a long game for you, long day for you.
Oh, yeah, I'm really tired. Third quarter, I was tired. I was dead.
Well, rest up. Good luck against Curtis. Hey, you're in the state championship.
I know. Thanks.
Eric?
Yeah.
If you haven't got anybody there, Casey Metz is down here on the 40-yard line.
I got Jared Mitchell. Actually.
Go for it.
All right, Jared. Getting a high five here. Let's talk to Jared Mitchell here for just a moment. Well, Jared, 35 or 34-25.
Yeah.
You guys are on the state.
Yeah, we're on. We're ready to go. We try to prepare for Curtis, but we're ready.
I was talking with your running back and talking with the Nick Chacon offensive line. Were you surprised that they kept that split out, the three-man defensive front up there? You guys were able to run the ball really well today.
Yeah, we were somewhat surprised, but when we spread them out like that, they don't have much choice to do that or other things. There's always something to pick apart with our offense, so we weren't too surprised, but we worked out all right.
Talk about your performance today. Are you happy with how you're able to play today? Obviously, you got the points up on the board. You got the touchdowns you needed. You got the end result, the win, and on to state. Talk about how you feel about your game today.
Well, I think we had to be satisfied with the points that we made, but I wasn't too satisfied personally. I missed a few passes I should normally hit, but that's all right. We're going, so that stuff don't bother me.
Talk about this team here. You came into the game as talking with some of the offensive players. They're expecting the 4-4. You didn't really realize until game time, basically, that they're going to go with that three-man front against the 4-4. Nonetheless, you guys prepared for the 4-4, but was there a little adjustment involved there?
Yeah, there was a little bit, but we had prepared in practice all week for either or the 4-4 or the three-man front. But yeah, we had to adjust a little bit. We audible probably every other play, or every play actually, but we knew it was coming.
That last touchdown there to kind of put the final nail in the coffin there. Looks like you. Did you get a play, or was that your call? You just wanted to go for the touchdown?
Well, we had called that we were going to go up to the line and take what they give us, and I just called on the line, and they left a big crease there. We just got Casey up in there. They hit them where they came from, and there was nobody there. So
talk about the play of your backs behind you. Joel had a fantastic game today. Casey, a great game again too.
I think with as many backs as we got, it takes a lot of pressure off one individual. And it makes it easy for them to step up when they are in there. And they did, and they always do, so.
All right, well, your line did a great job as well today.
Yeah, line always does a good job. They block real hard. Even though they're not the biggest guys around, they block real hard and they play tough.
All right, well, Jared, congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
All right, Jared Mitchell. And we'll step right down over here to Casey Metz. Well, we got the moment. Well, Casey, congratulations. Talk about your game today.
I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Talk about some of the key plays in the game defensively. You were all over the place defensively, coming up and making the stops out of the safety position. Had a tough time with the cornerback play a little bit. David got burned a couple of times, but you guys were always able to come back.
Yeah, they ran a couple of plays. People were slipping around a little bit, and quarterback just threw the ball real well, actually.
Were you surprised about that?
Yeah, I was, because he wasn't supposed to be that good, and he threw some good passes.
Offensively, between you and Joel in the backfield running the football, you guys had lots of success today.
Joel did a great job tonight. Joel did a great job. He filled in, give me some rest, and the all-line, again, doing a good job. All-line's the key to our offense.
I noticed one of the final plays there, play you made towards the far sideline in front of the South Kitsap bench. You came back kind of shaking your head a little bit, get a little stinger or a little neck problem.
Yeah, I got a stinger in my neck. Yeah, I put my head down like this.
Keep your head.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, Casey, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you in Tacoma next week.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Casey Metz, Frank.
Okay, interesting enough, the yardage came out exactly the same. 344 yards for South Kitsap, 344 for Richland. Ironically enough, Richland had more yards running than passing. South Kitsap had more yards passing than running. So 179 yards rushing for Richland, 165 passing. South Kitsap only 100 yards rushing in the game in 26 carries, so less than 4 yards a pop.
All right, Frank, we're in the locker room now, and everybody just kind of sitting around here. I think we're getting ready for a little speech from the coach. Let me talk to Josh Jumberg here real quick. Well, Josh, they used it quite a bit on defense today.
Yeah, we had a couple nagging injuries. Richardson, he had cramps, and I just went in there and helped out a little bit.
Talk about this South Kitsap team and your ability. You guys were able to pass the ball really well in the first half, and then you're able to run that ball in the second half, take the pressure off of you guys.
Yeah, we just took what they gave us. In the first half, they gave us the pass, and in the second half, we just opened it up with the run inside, and it worked real well.
Talk about also, I was talking with Nick Chacon a little bit, and about the baseball situation. You guys played these guys in the baseball game last year, and then you come back and able to get a little revenge this year with the football.
Oh yeah, revenge is always good, especially against these guys. These guys were pretty cocky. Yeah, it feels good.
All right, Josh, congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, everybody sitting around here. We got jerseys off here, Frank, so they're going to make this difficult on me.
Okay, a couple more then. We've got to vacate up here pretty soon, Eric, because we have another game in our broadcast booth.
Okay, let me
make sure we get Lonnie here.
Yeah, I want to talk to Josh Johnston real quick, who was out and has the ankle sprain and wasn't able to play much at all today. Let me slip in here and talk to Josh a little bit. Josh, how's the ankle?
Hurts.
Talk about what happened on that play there. You got on the bottom of the stack, kind of got somebody rolled over the top of you?
Yeah, I got rolled on from behind, and my foot got caught under number 76 on their team, and don't know what's wrong with it or anything.
They iced you down at the halftime. You went and jogged a little bit, but it wasn't feeling it all good.
I couldn't even get down in my stance. I couldn't push off or anything. So
are they going to take X-rays now, or what's this?
I guess that's what they're going to do now.
Talk about this for you. I know it's got to be a little frustrating, but luckily you got one more game, the big dance coming up.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be ready to play. Kind of sucks sitting on the sideline all game today.
Well, Josh, you got one more chance to get in there and square off against Curtis next Saturday in the Tacoma Dome. Congratulations on the win today, and good luck, and hopefully we'll see you out there next week.
Thanks.
All right, Josh Johnston. And Frank, let me step around here again, and I'll see if I can't get Lonnie before we have to clear out there.
Okay, Eric, might let everybody know that Joel Lechelt rushed for 105 yards today. Metz had 84. Mitchell hit 16 of 27 passes for 165 yards. Jelmberg, by the way, caught 7 passes for 108 yards. Manetti hit 15 of 26 for South Kitsap, or 15 of 27 for 244 yards. The rushing department, Donovan Dashell, 18 carries, 64 yards. So that, of course, is not even 4 yards a pop. Montgomery only 9 yards and 5 carries. Manetti had 25 yards and was sacked once in his 3 attempts. Work was everything his name is. 8 catches, 151 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Frank, let's stick the microphone in here on Lonnie Pearson.
Maybe that ankle may be either a very serious sprain or probably might be a break. Our team doctor thought there might be a fracture there. He tried to go on it, and just before we started the half, and he couldn't go. So, I give a lot of credit to our offensive line for rising up to the occasion, doing a good job. The defensive stand in the last 2 series, boy, our guys played tough. Just did a great job. I'm really pleased for them. I'm really happy, especially, I don't know. I don't keep track much on history, but to have a number 3 team like this, but we're very thankful to have the opportunity. And like I said earlier, we're humbled by this league, and then get out of it and do this kind of thing.
Curtis did the same thing last year. Number 3 SPSL team went on to win the state championships. Maybe that's a good precedent for you guys.
Really? Okay, there it is. We got a historian here. Well, good then. Hey, if that should sell it to every league in the state.
And actually, Curtis is the number 3 SPSL again this year. So.
I know they had 1 loss.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, good then. I think every league should go to that. The principals, administrators should vote on it. As you can see, it's a great opportunity for a lot of kids, and every league, they get more participation. Everybody talks about keeping kids busy, keeping kids involved. Well, yeah, it costs a little, but let the leagues do that, and we're representative of that, I think.
Lonnie, talk about the play of your defense individually. Sam Martin came through with a great game today. Josh Johnson, you had to sub in for him. You got the man in there to do the job, and defense. David Gonzalez had good times and had bad times today, but he was at the gut check in the end. He was able to come through for you.
Well, David, in all honesty, is the kind of guy who wants to be everywhere all the time. He's that kind of kid. He's very, very competitive. He's a very talented young man, or he obviously wouldn't be a sophomore starting in our secondary, and he's our #1 secondary guy. There's, no secret about that. But he's the kind of guy that wants to be everywhere all the time, and all season we have worked with him very hard. He's a young guy, and so we blame most of his mistakes on that, but he came through when he needed to. He got a couple key hits down here and the great interception before half. So David's a good one.
They had success on you in the first half through the air. What did you tell the guys going in at halftime? You changed anything around at all, or just settle down in fundamentals?
No, we didn't change anything. It was taking care of business. It was about breakdowns. We had 2 serious breakdowns. And we needed to clean that up, and we've been plagued by that a few times this year, and thank goodness we played well enough to come back from it. But I give South Kitsap credit too. They took advantage of what they needed to do there, and they did a good job. What a real good team. I have immense respect for South Kitsap. My heart goes out to them on the loss. It's painful.
Offensive line really came through, especially in that second half, that drive where you were able to run the football all the way down and stick it in the end zone. Great game from Joel Lechelt today, and Casey Metz running out of the backfield.
Well, that's exactly right. And again, Jason Hughes had to come in, big 77 for Josh, and we thought he did a good job. Sam Martin had an excellent game. Our 2 guards and center, Eric Gibby at center and Danny Manning and Nick Chacon at guards. I have to see the film, but the way we ran the ball, they had to do a great job in there. And so we give them tremendous credit for the win, but I think it kind of goes around all over. Special teams, golly, we got the punts off, and we brought the ball back, and they did a good job of special teams. And then the defense, of course, that's a given. 2 big stops in the last fourth quarter.
Well, we asked you last week about big wins in your coaching career and big wins for the Richland's history. Last week you said that the win against Meade, the come from behind win, was the biggest win since your last big win. Is this another one for you?
This is the biggest win. Well, the last week was the most amazing win. I mean, it stacks up as #1 for the most amazing. But big wins, you get into playoffs and win, each one is a huge win. And so, yeah, it was a big one today. It was wonderful. I think maybe what really made it special today is so many of the community members got to join in on this and have that vicarious experience of doing good things and seeing the kids, the end product, working really hard and striving towards excellence. So it was really special today, having everybody here to enjoy this victory.
Talk about as a coach, in your mind already thinking about those Vikings and next Saturday, or you're gonna bask in this one just a few minutes.
Oh, we'll bask. We'll do some basking. We need a little break here. It's been so intense. I mean, the night before the game, we're down there till 10 o'clock, and Thanksgiving we're there most of the day, and so no, we need some time. We need some enjoyment here, and we're gonna savor this one, and then we'll rally back. The only thing I'm really thinking about in terms of next week is Josh Johnston. I hope, I pray that it's not a break and he can come back and we can fix him up, see how it goes.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win today, and hey, we're going to see you in Tacoma next week.
Eric, thank you very much, and I know you guys will be with us, and we enjoy all the coverage Kona gives us. it's a special station with a lot of special broadcasters. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Lonnie Pearson and Frank, that's going to wrap it up here as we have to clear the booth out and get on to bigger and better things, I suppose.
Tremendous job, Eric. Thank you very much for all your work today. And Craig Beverland, you are the man that didn't create this monster but introduced it into the Big Nine. The Richland Bombers could not have been in this position if it hadn't been your idea to go to a big league type 4-on-4 with Greater Spokane League. And who knows, if you had not done this, this might be you today.
That thought has entered my mind a little bit, Frank, but my hat's off to Richland, and this is what it's all about, and I think Lonnie said it very well, that you want to get more kids participating, getting kids doing good things, the work ethic, excellence, striving for it, just like he said, and very proud of the Richland Bombers and representing the Big Nine, and I'm excited for them and our community. Obviously, the Big Nine in Eastern Washington is showing that there's pretty good high school football being played.
Outstanding. The third Big Nine team in the last 3 years that'll be playing in the state championship, and of course we'll be there. Will you be there, Craig, or are you going to be with us?
I will be there.
Okay, we'll look forward to it. Once again, thanks for joining us, and the Richland Bombers have done it. The final score here from Neil F. Lampson Stadium, the Richland Bombers 34 and the South Kitsap Wolves 25.